heard that's where the coronavirus started.
Oh, I would believe that. All right, 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 803, the Poiple Podcast. Poiple, Poipole. The Go Nintendo Podcast is a part of the Greenlit Podcast Network at greenlitpodcast.com. Yes, Mom Brain, Poiple. Will you tell us about Poiple, please? Because it's purple, but its name is Poiple.
Poiple. This ultra beast is well enough liked to be chosen as a first partner in its own world. They're 2 feet tall, 4 pounds, gender unknown, category poison pin, and ability beast boost.
Thanks, Mom Brain. That was great.
I just looked up the Round Valley Inn, and in 2011, and then updated again in March, but in 2011, an unacceptable lap dance at that bar resulted in assault claim to police and drunk driving charge.
What is unacceptable, though?
I don't know. A
Like, not
dancer
good enough?
on her first day on the job
I'll tell you
complained
another time.
that the manager assaulted her. This came after a bouncer found the dancer, who performs as Giselle, in unacceptable form of lap dance with a man at the bar.
I believe she danced on their lap, but like standing up with her heels. She was unfamiliar with what a lap dance is, so she was driving her heels into the man's thighs.
I heard she did a somersault
Somersault onto, I was going to call him the patient, onto the
over a
client.
candle.
Over a candle.
Wow, that's starting off big. New day as a go-go dancer, and your first lap dance, you're going to somersault over a candle. That's pretty fancy.
Yeah.
Hi everybody. Hi Mom Brain. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Hello, Do Michaels. How are you?
Cuckoo. I'm doing just fine. Thank you for asking.
Hello, Vitamin G. How are you?
Oh, just wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Hello, Nikki Hill. No, Nicholas Mound. How are you?
I'm feeling all right. It's another day older. We did it.
What a bummer. Hello, of course, to the wonderful Josh Grobot. How are you, my friend? It's good to see you.
I'm here to grace you with my presence.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
How are you, Rami?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you, Nikki Hill. I'm very good. Hello, Giant Reggie. Hello, Grantimus, the Aloe Wolf, Nintendo. Hello, Koopa Kid, Blood Ocean, Anastasia Beaverhausen, Hiley and Tom, Nate or Die, Dre Gamer, Shillelagh. Did I say Koopa Kid? Whoever else I didn't say hello to. Hello, the 8-Bit Lego. Hello, everybody. It just keeps going. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I appreciate you coming in to hang out on the weekend. I heard that it is Nintendo's 30th birthday. So happy birthday to Nintendo.
Moving on.
He's still got it. Is
everyone okay?
John,
I'm the star of the show.
happy birthday rendition that only Josh can give. Josh, that's beautiful. Thank you very much. We're very lucky. We don't even have to pay, because usually crowds have to pay to see Josh sing and perform. He's performed in front of millions before, and ticket prices are high, but we get them every week. So thank you, Josh. I appreciate it.
Actually,
as Blood Ocean 07 says, the world's best singer. That is true. We've seen the artwork. We've seen his album cover. We've seen him belting out the tunes when he sported a mustache. We've seen it all.
I am the world's best singer.
Well, yeah.
he was actually, he sent me an email the other day asking me to talk to you about working out a deal.
More compensation.
Yeah.
Josh, we'll talk about that off the show. Yes, hello.
Call of Duty, bro.
Thanks for joining us. Last week.
Happy New Year, folks.
Happy New Year. That's actually what I'm going to talk about right now.
Beat you to it.
It is the new year. We've made it. It is 2021. So far, we're 2 days in. It seems okay. It feels like last year, but people are optimistic.
That's important.
That's good.
May I be the first to wish everybody a very happy New Year?
Whoa! Well, you are now. You did it. Yes, 2021. We'll see what happens. I wanted to say or I wanted to see what you guys did for your New Year's because it was a very different New Year's for most people anyway. I rang in the new year with Vitamin G and Do Michaels and some others as we were playing Fortnite. We experienced Fortnite's Happy New Year's, which was they did fireworks and stuff on the hour, every hour for a few hours to celebrate the new year. So, we killed people and we watched fireworks every hour.
Every hour, on the hour, for a few hours.
And we were forced to dance as well. You had no choice. You had to dance. So, Hylian Tom says, I watched the Twilight Zone Marathon
Me
and
too.
played Animal Crossing. Mom Brain did watch the Twilight Zone Marathon. It wouldn't be a New Year's without Mom Brain watching. That's one of her favorite pastimes for the new year.
I don't have cable, so I was going through my Netflix and I saw that the Amazon, the Twilight Zone is on Netflix, and I was
Yes.
like, oh, I can watch that for New Year's, but I didn't.
Oh,
So what did you watch?
But I could have. I watched Onward. I thought the title in itself was reminiscent towards, Onward into a new year.
Hello, Mr. Crafty. Well, Nikki Hill, that's a perfect segue into my only other topic I want to discuss because I did promise that we would try and make the shows a bit shorter. Hello, Malakayla.
So that's it, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
I watched Onward as well because you said it was better than you thought it was going to be.
And what did you think?
Well, scale of 1 to 10. Give me your 1 to 10 score.
I mean, I was expecting... I think this is important because I was expecting something between like a 5 to a 6 maybe, and I think it was more like an 8.5, 9. Like I was just, maybe I'm just very childish with my acceptance of like story or whatever, and I just liked the stupid humor in it, and I thought that there were like lessons along the way that weren't like smacking me in the face and like shoving it down my throat. And I don't know. I just really like it. I think their animation is like so incredible. Like there's so many like incredible lifelike images that they're putting out there with so much detail that I would not think. Like everything is created. Every little detail is inserted. And there's so much detail in every one of their images that's like so mind blowing.
The water is super impressive. The water looked amazing in that movie. And I know water. This is funny. I know water is a sticking point for you, in games. Now that I'm saying this,
but like, I mean, the grass, like when they see, anything, any particles that are in the air, like anything that's slightly out of place, it's there for a purpose. I think it's just always incredible when I watch an animation.
Hello, Ice Grove. Hello, Mr. Crafty. Hello, Freddy Fro. Hello, Rat Mastered. I would give it a 7. I didn't dislike it. I just felt it was one of the weaker Pixar movies, but I agree it had some funny points. I was saying yesterday that I think it would have I would rather it would be a TV show because I feel like there's a whole bunch to explore there that unfortunately won't be explored because it was just a movie. I feel like they could have done a TV show and then led to a movie. Hello, Kurt Dog. But yeah, I didn't dislike it. And just to explain, hello, Highly Unlikely 64. I've been getting caught up on Pixar movies in this last week, so I watched a whole bunch of them. So I might be unfairly comparing it to other ones because they're all so fresh in my memory. But yeah, I liked it. It just, not my favorite Pixar movie.
So the thing is I just watched Soul before this. And I really liked Soul, but like part of the thing that I have trouble with a little bit is that the scope of it. It's basically like it all happens in a very short period, and Onward happens in a short period. It's over a 24-hour period.
Yes,
but it's like this adventure where there's like all these different elements that are taking place, and even when I watched Wolfwalkers, that takes place over like the course of a day or two, and everything in it is very deliberate. And it's like, this happens and this happens and this happens. And I just feel like sometimes it almost feels like a long short film, which, I mean, that's what it is, right? But like, but it feels like it could have been like done in a shorter span.
It felt like a movie that I was watching. That was animated.
This animated short is very long.
Exactly. So like, I don't know. I felt like Soul was like that, but then Onward was like this adventure. And then there were two moments where there was definitely a few moments where I laughed, like onwardly when I was watching it, and like the Minotaur police officer when he says, "I give you to the count of 3," and then he stomps his foot.
Oh, Nikki Hill, I watched that segment and I was like, I bet Nikki Hill really likes this part.
I freaking love that.
I thought Mom Brain would really like that too. Hello, Cooler.
I love it when horses count with their feet.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Nader Die. Yeah, it definitely had some moments that made me chuckle. I know what you mean. I'm getting everything you say, and I don't disagree with it. I'm just saying, like, in the pantheon of Pixar movies, it's one of the lower ones for me. But I would like to see it explored in other ways, like a TV show or a comic book or a video game, whatever it is. I think there's such a cool idea for a universe in there and so much to cover that it's a shame that we're not going to get to see more of it as far as we know. Maybe we'll get a sequel movie somewhere down the road, but as far as we know, it's one and done. It wasn't their most popular movie. But yeah, I would say I liked Soul a lot better. I really, really enjoyed Soul. I have very little to complain about with Soul, to tell you the truth. I can't think of anything that didn't sit right with me. I liked the whole idea. I liked the adventure. I don't want to ruin what happens because the movie is new. But I really liked it. Yeah, I thought it told a great story. I'd put Soul towards the top of the Pixar movies for me. I also finally watched Up, and I really liked Up as well. And Up was way more fantastical than I thought it was going to be. There's a lot of like, just the stuff that goes on in Up. I was like, is this really happening, or is somebody dreaming this in a movie? But no, it all really happened. It was just more like cartoonish, outlandish than I was expecting. But
the most emotional and like well executed film that Pixar has done is the opening sequence to Up.
That is great, yeah. And speaking of that, well, Nintendo in the chat says Up was directed by the guy who did Soul and Inside Out. And Up, Soul, and Inside Out are some of my favorite Pixar movies. I would put WALL-E above all of them just because I love WALL-E that much more. But yeah, I really liked it.
And that's the one thing that I was thinking, like while I was watching Soul, there was a couple of other elements in there, and I was like, this kind of feels like not a retelling, but like a different version or whatever of In and Out.
Inside Out?
Inside Out, that's that Kevin Kline one, right?
I think In and Out is on some adult websites, yes, I believe.
It's also that burger movie, which again is like a long, short film. But
yes, Pixar is very good at I understand what you're saying. Yeah, there's some similar beats in there, but I feel it tells a different story and from a different approach too. But Pixar is very good at making you cry and feel emotional. I also watched Coco because I haven't seen that. And
that one I really enjoyed.
Coco is definitely, WALL-E's my favorite, but Coco is right there. Coco was excellent. Really liked it. That's a visually beautiful movie. Holy crap, that's fantastic.
But like Pixar is just making these movies that are dealing with like very serious like topics.
Yes.
And they're just putting it in like a colorful cartoony costume or whatever.
Soul, more than any other, I feel, is more aimed at adults than the previous ones. Like all of those movies deal with adult or not adult, more serious topics, like you're saying. But
so with Soul,
it just feels like it's more made for adults than kids.
The kids in my class are like 3rd, 4th grade, and we read a news article about Soul, and then we like watched the trailer for it, and I was like, I feel like the like depth of this subject is going to be like totally missed by kids. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't, really speak super intelligently to it, but it felt like they'd probably enjoy it, and there were probably like silly parts that they would laugh at, but the actual depth of the movie feels like it's going to go completely over their head.
The movie Soul takes a little bit to get going to a point where I think that kids would be enjoying it. And again, I don't want to spoil what happens, but like the beginning part is super interesting to me, but I could see a kid watching it and being bored out of their mind.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but also, I mean, the beginning of WALL-E is complete silence. And it's just like this little robot doing things. And so like, that's hard for kids to receive too.
Yeah,
But-
I do agree to some extent. I would need to go back and watch Wall-E again to see how the two compare.
Inside Out, that is incredibly heavy. You're dealing like it's a film about it, like a girl feeling, like a young child feeling all these really heavy emotions. Like, I think for the weight of it, kids might miss that. Yeah. But I think it's a lesson. It's a story for them to be exposed to that can add so much more. Like, they can just build on as they grow older.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same thing with Soul, is that it's a very accessible way to get the story to children or to a younger generation so that it helps them shape who they are or something. I don't know.
No, I know what you mean. The movies have a lot of interesting things to offer and are very thought provoking, and then can just be enjoyed by younger crowds too, who maybe aren't getting that depth out of it, but will someday. Yeah, they're really interesting. Rat Mastered in the chat says, "My son is 5, and the music of Soul kept him interested, and the fact that we live in New York City, so he was looking for familiar streets." That's a really cool approach too. I mean, Nikki Hill, you're very familiar with New York City. I'm sure you noticed some of that stuff.
I wasn't watching for that.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm saying, like, you know, my opinion of like Onward and everything else. I'm very interested in like the face value of things when I experience it. Like, I don't go into deeper thoughts until much later, or maybe there's a conversation that I have. I was a lot better when I was taking classes or getting together with people and having conversations about stuff. But yeah, I mean, I was just watching it for that Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx I'm actually not a fan of, but not to a degree where I wouldn't watch the movie. But I thought he was good. I thought he was very good in that. Very un-Jamie Foxx-like. I thought his delivery was very... it was good. I got no complaints. I really liked what he did with it. Also, I watched Wolf...
Would you have preferred Chris Tucker?
Of course, all the time.
I would have, yeah, for sure.
Who wouldn't? I also watched Wolf Walkers, which is something I've been super excited about. Nikki Hill was as well. Again, it's new, so we won't spoil it, but that is not a Pixar movie, but it is animated, and it is absolutely fantastic. Everything. I love the visuals of that movie. I love the story of the movie. It feels very different from a Pixar movie. It's excellent. It's about let's just say it's about a girl who can turn into a wolf at night, and we'll leave it at that. It's really good.
I turn into a wolf at night.
It's very good. Shakira, I believe, turns into a wolf at night as well.
Yes,
she had that song. And then I also watched, just last night, I watched Frozen 2, because I had watched the original Frozen, and I liked that a lot. And I watched Frozen 2, and I would give Frozen 2 an 8. I liked Frozen 2 a lot. I didn't like it as much as the first one, but Frozen 2 felt like a video game to me. Like, there's an adventure that goes on in that, and some of the powers that Elsa shows off. I was like, man, this would be really cool to do in a video game. And the I was going to say the mission, the adventure that she goes on, felt like a video game at points. I was like, these would make really cool levels in a video game, but they don't really do those type of games anymore. At least I don't think so. But yeah, I've been on a real animation kick. Yes.
It never works out that way. Instead, they make a video game that's like, well, they made the Match 3 game. That was like cool.
That's right. The Frozen Match 3 game came out before the movie came out.
Or like back in the day, maybe they'd make like a Frozen racing game or something like that. Or a platform was like super mediocre.
Yeah, some lazy cash in, just based on name only. Yeah. My only complaints about Frozen 2 are there's one plot point that kind of bugged me. And I know this is a stupid complaint for me to make, but I'm going to say it. Too many songs.
Well, you hate music in movies, like singing in movies.
I knew it was going to have songs because it's a Disney animated movie, so songs are a focus, and there's some good songs in there. But I feel like there's like 9 or 10 songs in there. I'm like, all right, we could have cut out maybe 1 or 2 of these songs, but there are a lot.
Not one of them was Let It Go. What was that about?
I mean, they do say Let It Go. Oh, do they?
I actually never saw Frozen 2.
No, they say, do you want to build a snowman? I remember they say that during, but I liked it. I'm in on Frozen. I like Frozen. So yeah, I've been getting caught up on animated movies, and just wanted to talk a little bit about that. But that's enough about that, damn it. Mom
Whoa.
Brain, can you hit me with the news jingle?
I sure can.
Ooh, spot on. As you know, it's a quiet time right now in the game industry, but we have things to talk about. We have some year-end details to go over, some fun stuff, plenty of opportunities for guessing games for you guys, so I'm excited for that because it's my favorite. Did you guys like that? Mom Brain, do you like that?
Yeah.
Oh, the pause leads me to believe you don't. We have the UK software sales for the week ending December 26th, and we have some interesting information to talk about with that. I won't make you guess the top 10 for the last week because, it's just another week. But there is something interesting in here about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came in 4th place on the weekly sales chart. And as you probably know, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is one of Nintendo's long tail sellers and one of their biggest evergreen titles. It's a game that continually sells, and there's hardcore Nintendo fans that are like, why does Nintendo always bundle Mario Kart with Switch? Put together another bundle. They do that because Mario Kart is an evergreen title and it's an expanded audience title. Everybody plays Mario Kart. It's a
Can I chime in for a second? I have a gripe about this whole Mario Kart 8 Deluxe thing.
Sure.
When I hear Deluxe added on something, I expect there to be a tomato and lettuce, maybe a little mayo or something, maybe some mayo chup. And it's not. It's just the same old video game packaged the exact same way.
Mayo Chup was last week's podcast. We've moved on from Mayo Chup. Weird Al made that same kind of joke in his video with Shmo Yoho. He talks about it's the Supreme Court, but where's the sour cream and the cheese and all that stuff? So you have the mind of Weird Al.
I'll take it.
So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been out on the Switch for a while, but as I said, they continue to bundle it because it's an expanded audience title. It gets everybody in there. And the proof of that comes from these latest sales chart because, again, the UK software sales, it made it to number 4, and it's been in the top 10 for all year pretty much and bouncing up and down in the top 10. But it was number 4 in this past week. It dipped 8% overall compared week to week. But there's something very important to note. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in the UK for 2020 was the game's best-selling year. The game came out in 2017 on the Switch and has been selling better every year since. And remember, those bundles that include Mario Kart 8 Deluxe only come around towards the end of the year. So we're just talking about regular standalone sales of the game, and bundle sales are not included in the top 10 either because they count as hardware sales first. 2020, 3+ years after the Switch launch, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had its best year in the UK. I can believe it's selling well still, but
way! I can't believe it.
What other games do you know of that have had their best-selling year 3+ years after they came out? That's crazy. And it had great selling years before that, too. And then if you want to go even further than that, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is just Mario Kart 8 getting a second chance because that game came out on the Wii U, and it sold well on the Wii U, but well for the Wii U because the Wii U was only 13+ million units sold. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe did, I want to say, maybe 4 or 5 million on that system, somewhere like that. So it certainly sold very well compared to the install base, but Nintendo brought it over to the Switch with a little bit of extra content, and it has really paid off because so many people didn't play it on the Wii U, and even people who bought it on the Wii U also picked it up on the Switch, and it continues to be played today, and the player base is very active, and people are still buying that game because it's an expanded audience game. Anybody can play it. Little kids can play it. Adults can play it. People who don't play games,
big kids can play it.
You can put on motion controls, and they can just play that way. So there's plenty of ways for anybody to play, no matter how familiar they are with video games. And that's why Nintendo keeps going back to it, because it's such an important title for them. Mario Kart on any franchise or on any hardware is important for Nintendo.
Think about all those people that had their licenses revoked and stuff,
For what?
For multiple reasons. Unpaid traffic violations, but now that's the only way that they can drive around.
I thought you were referencing something that I didn't know about, but you just talking about the.
Or maybe they lost their license because they were throwing real turtle shells at cars on the highway.
That's right. Damn it! Keep it in Mario Kart. You can't do that stuff in real life. My sister Nintendo just sent me a video today of some guy dressed as Mario who is riding a Power Wheels down like a city street with like 4 lanes of traffic riding around him, and he's like screaming, "Here we go!" Like driving.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
There you go. So yes, Mario Kart is very popular. Will continue to be popular. Will 2021 be its next biggest year? I don't know.
Well, with that news, they don't need to do this, but it would be cool since Mario Kart is now pretty much perfected. If they would just come out with like new racers and new karts and new, downloads for new maps or something.
You hit on exactly what fans want, because Mario Kart Tour is on mobile, and Mario Kart Tour is updated in the way that most Mario Kart fans want traditional Mario Kart updated. Mario Kart Tour gets new tours all the time, new themed tours, like a Christmas tour and a summer tour and a city tour and whatever. And those add in new maps, or they add in new characters, or they add in new karts, and it's updated every single week. And people are like, I don't want to play Mario Kart. Well, some people are like, I don't want to play Mario Kart on mobile, but I want this sort of like content flow in a traditional Mario Kart game. So that's what people are hoping happens with Mario Kart 9 or whatever they end up calling it. They're hoping Nintendo does more of this approach where they constantly bring in extra content like that, even if it's just like, Mario dressed in summer attire, or Peach dressed in some sort of fancy dress, whatever it is. People
Peach
like that
dressed
stuff.
in a pantsuit.
A business suit. So yeah, people want that sort of approach with the next Mario Kart. Whether Nintendo does that or not, we don't know. It's more of I understand why they're doing it on mobile.
Peach in a pantsuit.
Because it's more of a mobile approach. But I would imagine the feedback Nintendo has gotten on that will at least have them considering somewhat some sort of approach similar to that for Mario Kart. Maybe you'll get something more traditional and like DLC Pack 1, and it'll have 4 new tracks and 4 new racers or something like that, rather than updated weekly. But they could do some more tournament stuff too. So I have no doubt that Mario Kart Tour is going to influence the next Mario Kart in some ways. But people want that traditional control scheme as well. So also notable in the UK for the last week, Animal Crossing rose to number 3 overall. Just Dance 2021 was
Sorry, what was that you just said? Okay, just checking.
Just Dance 2021 was up to number 7, and Super Mario 3D All-Stars was up to number 9. Minecraft on Switch specifically was up to number 10. So your top 10 with number 10 are Minecraft, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, Cyberpunk, Just Dance 2021, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. There you go, Josh. Call of Duty, bro. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it is the UK, so FIFA 21 was number 1.
So are they counting Cyberpunk returns as well, though? Because sales.
I don't think the weekly sales charts factor in the amount of returns as well. No.
So I'd be interested to see what the numbers are there.
Yeah, I think it's just an overall.
Fresh.
I don't know, to tell you the truth, because we haven't seen returns on a scale like this before. So I don't know if when the retailers factor in or dish out their weekly numbers to the UK organization, like if they factor in returns or anything like that. That's a good question. I have a couple people I can ask about that. I never even thought to ask.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. All right.
I doubt it, because all these companies are worried about is like showing how successful something is. So I don't know if they're going to say like how much money they had to pay back.
I don't think they have to worry about being successful. The last tally of Cyberpunk that I heard was 13+ million. So, and that was including, or that was the number after returns. So I think they're doing okay. Ninja Blaze says, yeah, we're never going to get a Mario Kart 9 at this rate. I mean, Nintendo has...
I thought about that too.
Nintendo has no reason to make a Mario Kart 9 right now. Despite, and I understand that's frustrating for people who played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U because this has been a very long gap in between the Mario Kart 8 and the next new Mario Kart. But when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is beating its sales since it launched, then yeah, there's no reason for them to make a new one yet. They don't want to cannibalize sales of the game that's doing extremely well. They want to save that Mario Kart 9 as an ace in the hole for whatever, maybe when Switch sales slump, or maybe I would think more likely when the successor to the Switch comes out, whatever the Switch's follow-up is. And I don't mean incremental if there's a Switch Pro or something like that. I mean the next system for Nintendo. They can hang on to that Mario Kart and really make a dent with it. So I would imagine that's what they're going to do. All right.
Yeah, they're not going to put out a Mario Kart 9 until Mario Kart 8 runs out of gas. Thank you.
There we go. Very nice.
I like how you were questioning your own pun as it came out of your mouth.
Look, I'm working on some new material for the new year. I got to workshop it a little bit.
After being disappointed by your lack of puns last week, I'm very happy that we got one in there today.
Listen, I came up with something brilliant yesterday, but I'm not going to say it on air because I don't want people stealing it. But I'll tell you guys after we cut the stream.
Man, what a horrible tease for the listeners. They don't
News
get
at
it.
11.
News at 11 for us, not for them. I guess he's gone. That's it.
Also, thank you.
Wanting more.
Thank you. What, Nikki Hill?
Sorry, I was just saying thank you to Giant Reggie. He said, that's why we call you Nikki Hilarious.
Oh, Nikki Hill, by the way, I'm going to ask you to do the North American releases this week since, once again, Europe didn't put anything out. So I'm just giving you some time to prepare.
Thanks a lot, Europe.
Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking about how stupid I was last week that I was looking at it and it was 12/03 and I was reading it as January 3rd.
Yep, that's month of January 12th.
Still didn't work for that week, but it was a 12, not a 1. So I don't know, stupid me.
1, 2, 3. Do we have that guy on the soundboard?
No.
Man, we got to do that. All right, now I am going to ask you guys some stuff. Amazon has shared their top 10 best-selling games of 2020. We have the UK and the US. I will read the UK, but I'm turning to you guys for... Oh, no, I'm not going to read it. I'm going to you guys first for US. So this is the top 10 software sales on Amazon in the United States for 2020. We are not specifically talking about games that only came out in 2020. We're just talking about the top selling games of 2020 in the US. And again, we are not just talking about Nintendo. We're talking about everybody. So you should have every piece of information now.
By the way,
top grossing, top selling.
Oh my God. So. Oh my God. Everybody answered. Nikki Hill, what'd you say?
I just wanted to say hello, Kirby, because it seems he's on the call.
Oh, Kirby's here. Hi, Kirby.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I've actually been here for a while, but I didn't want to announce myself and interrupt everybody.
I apologize. I was supposed to say that Kirby would be joining. He was getting a haircut. I'm sure he looks so handsome right now.
I don't know about that.
Bring up your image. We want to see it.
Nikki Hill, you're talking about stuff that only us can see.
Only us can see that.
Maybe start changing your thing here then.
Just haircuts. We talk only about haircuts on the podcast. All right. Well, you have your information. Vitamin G. I feel like we haven't heard from you in a while. Do you have a guess?
For number 1 or just on the list?
In general, top 10, baby. Anyone?
I mean, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, bro. Believe it or not, is not on the list.
Oh God! I'm so embarrassed.
I'm shocked as much as you are. I'm reading it 3 times now. No, Call of Duty is not in the top 10.
Animal Crossing.
Mom Brain says Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is number 1. Yes. Very good. Nikki Hill, do you have a guess?
Pokemon Go.
That doesn't make any sense at all. Would you like a real guess?
I gotta think. Oh, well, how about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
Well, somebody's listening. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is number 3. Yes, very good. Do Michaels?
Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
Super Mario 3D All-Stars is number 2. Very good.
Good answer.
Kirby, do you have a guess?
Hades.
What'd you say?
I said
Hades. Hades. Oh,
Hades.
Hades. Well, Hades is digital only right now.
Good answer. Good answer.
You can buy.
Oh, that's right. Never
You
mind.
can buy digital on Amazon, but I don't know if they're selling Hades, so Hades is not on here. But Nikki Hill approached it the right way by saying good answer. All right, Vitamin G. Vitamin G, we're back to you.
Okay. I have to redeem myself.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I will now.
Chance for redemption.
I'm going to go with a FIFA game.
I thought you were going to say, how about Call of Duty? FIFA is not on the list.
Only because it's North America.
Yes, yes. Vitamin G, if we were guessing UK, FIFA would be number 2.
Oh, I'm going to go cry myself.
Mom Brain, another guess?
Oh, good answer. Good answer.
This is definitely the better way to do this.
What about Zelda?
Zelda.
Good answer. Good answer.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is number 10. Yes, very good. Do Michaels?
Last of Us Part 2.
The Last of Us Part 2
Good
is
answer.
on the list at number 9. Yes. Wow. Nikki Hill? You got a string of good answers here.
I know. I want to know what those numbers were.
I want to know what those...
I'll say Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk 2077 is on the list. Yes, it's number 6. Specifically the PS4 version, it points out. Kirby, do you have another guess?
I do not.
Okay. Does anyone...
Spider-Man?
What'd you say?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man is not on the list.
Dang.
Spider-Man's a tough one because it's most people are buying that on PS5 and PS5 install base isn't that big right now. So any other guesses before I give you the full 10?
Doom.
Doom is not on the list.
Oh my God. Call of Duty. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is still not there. Your top 10 are
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla is not on the list. Number 10 is Breath of the Wild. Number 9, The Last of Us Part 2. Number 8, which you guys didn't guess, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Number 7, which you didn't guess, Nikki Hill, it's Ring Fit Adventure.
Are you saying New Year, New Me? So
that's right. 6 is Cyberpunk. 5 is Animal Crossing Digital, so that's included in your guess, Mom Brain. And number 4 is the only other one you didn't guess. It's Smash Brothers Ultimate. So a very Nintendo heavy list here. 3 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. 2 is Super Mario 3D All Stars, and 1 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. We won't guess the top 10. I'll just give them to you. Number 10 is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And number 9 is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's PS4 and Xbox One. 8 is Cyberpunk on the PS4. 7 is The Last of Us Part 2. 6 is Just Dance 2021, specifically the Switch version. 5 is FIFA 21 on the Xbox. Super Mario 3D All Stars is number 4. Minecraft specifically on the Switch is number 3. 2 is FIFA 21 on the PS4, and 1 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. So Nintendo did well on both lists, but obviously the United States list is much bigger in terms of sales than the UK. Giant Reggie says, what an amazing list of us all-star smash hits to ring in the new year for the cyber retailer. Hopefully the new year on the horizons is a breath of fresh air, unlike the Deluxe calamity that was 2020. Giant Reggie has outdone himself. He went for best pun-filled comment of 2020, and he got it. And now he's got best pun-filled comment of 2021 already. Man, wow. Giant Reggie, congratulations. You worked in a lot of them in there. Nikki Hill, your throne is being challenged.
You can have it. Sorry.
I don't want it. You can have it. What a time we had. Yeah, that's good. Moving on. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled is a kart racing game starring Crash Bandicoot and all your favorite Crash Bandicoot characters. Like, can anyone guess another Crash Bandicoot character? Or name one, I should say.
The evil doctor with the bald head and the mustache.
I'm gonna need more.
Oh, what's his name? Dr. Cortez or something?
What'd you say, Kirby?
Is it Dr. Cortez?
Oh, that's very close. Who said Eggman? Who said Eggman?
Cortex, sorry.
Mr. Cortex?
It is Dr. Neocortex. That is correct. That is one of them.
Thank you, Kirby.
It was a collaborative effort.
I'm sorry, Kirby. It is not Dr. Dan Cortez. Yes, Dr. Neocortex and Jesus. I don't even remember who else is.
And Jesus.
And Jesus. Crash Bandicoot and Jesus. Yes, they team up in the new game together. Yeah, it's Crash Team Racing Nitro fueled with Crash and a whole bunch of other Crash characters. There's been some successful Crash racing games in the past, and this is the newest one. It is available on Switch, but if you haven't played it, now you have a very special chance to, because starting December 30th, so a couple days ago, and running until January 5th, Switch Online members have access to the full game for that length of time. So from now until January 5th, 2021, you can play Crash Team Racing in its entirety for free, or as Lube would like me to say, with no additional cost when you factor in the Switch Online costs. So if you have Switch Online for a month, or you have Switch Online for a year, which is $20, you now get access to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. And that is, again, the full game plus the online play. You get absolutely everything. So if you have a Switch Online subscription, why the hell not check it out?
And just so you know, the Jesus, I think his car is called the Holy Roller, and it rides on water.
Oh, man, I would love to see. I mean, he seems like he'd be an overpowered character. I just got to say that. I feel like he wouldn't be allowed in tournament play. So yeah, if you haven't played the game, you can play it now for free. And Nintendo,
no odd job, no Jesus.
Slappers only, no Jesus. You can usually when these deals are offered on Switch Online, there's also a deal on the game itself. So say you play the game and you want to play it more after the trial period is over, you can get the game. You can obviously buy the game, but usually there's a discount as well, making it cheaper just to entice you that much more. I don't know if that's what's going on in this instance. I'd be surprised if it wasn't, though. But yeah, obviously your save data carries over as well. So if you play the Switch Online trial version and like it and buy the regular version, your data will carry over to that as well. So that's pretty cool. We're starting off the new year with something that Nintendo fans have wanted more of, these Switch trial offers. Akmaguin says, cool. I'll be giving it a try. I used to play the original at a friend's house back in the day. I have never played a Crash Team Racing game. I was always irked when Naughty Dog would make franchises that I liked and then turn them into racing games, because I didn't want that. I wanted another installment. And that used to be what they did all the time. They did it They did it with Crash. They did it with Jak and Daxter. I'm sure. What the hell else have Naughty Dog done? They never did it with Uncharted, although people were joking.
They had the Last of Us racing game.
I was going to ask if there was a Last of Us kart racer.
It's very depressing. People
to win, you have to finish in last place.
Oh, I get it.
I get it.
But you're on horses, right?
The Last Place of Us.
It's the Last of Us horse racer.
It's actually a mini bike racer. You just see like Joel's big knees like up over the handlebars as he's driving.
Burger King game.
I'm sorry. Yes, like the Burger King racing game. Those excellent games. People were joking when Naughty Dog did Uncharted 2. They were like, well, now it's time for Uncharted Racing, which did not happen. But
yeah, didn't Troy Baker voice the king in that Burger King game?
That was his breakthrough role. Yes. He brought the king to life unlike any other voice actor. Yeah, Naughty Dog doesn't really do racing games anymore. They unfortunately don't do Crash Bandicoot games anymore, but they still pay tribute to Crash. I would love to see Naughty Dog do a return to one of their classic franchises like Crash or Jak and Daxter. I would prefer Jak and Daxter because we just got a new Crash. Not that they were involved in it, but we got a new Crash. And Jak and Daxter used to be their thing. Go ahead, Nikki Hill.
Sorry, I'm new format here on the phone. Not used to it yet. Wouldn't it be cool though to have like a Uncharted racing game where like the the track is like alongside train tracks, and like you have to get all the way ahead of the train and cut across, and then like you get to the other side and there's all these blue guardian people that are attacking you while you're racing each other and stuff.
I mean, I feel like there's racing segments in all the Uncharted games. I think we're good enough there.
Yeah.
And who else would be the drivers? You're going to get Sully, you're going to get Nate, you get whatever the two girls who I can't remember their names, unfortunately.
Sam and Elena and Chloe, and you can have the bad guys.
Yeah, you know what they'd probably do? They'd probably make an Uncharted racing game, but like it would be voiced by Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg and all that crap. That'll be the mobile tie-in game. That'll be
There's
it.
also that whole section in the Last of Us too, right? Where you're driving. That was cool. There
is a driving segment. That's true. There's a few of them actually.
Yeah, those are pretty interesting. They were well done though.
They are. Yeah, they're more like set piece stuff. Like it's not the same thing, but like in Ori, when you have the chase scenes in Ori, when you're, like there's a big set piece set up and you're meant to run through it in a very particular way, but it's a big like spectacle. They're fun. Yeah. But no, I can say without a doubt, I wouldn't want to play an Uncharted racing game. If they want to make one, that's fine. But it's not something I'd be chomping at the bit to play. Maybe if somebody was like, "Oh, it's so great," but it just seems like
you play Uncharted for the adventure, not for the kart racing.
The kart adventure.
Kind of like how you were originally playing Banjo-Kazooie.
All right. We don't need to bring this up.
The vehicle game where you build your own carts.
Banjo-Kablooie.
Whoa!
Still sitting here on the shelf, looking at it right now. I can single it out right away because it makes me so angry every time I see it. You son of a bitch.
Nuts and bolts. I'm sorry, man.
Nuts and bolts. Yep.
Sitting on that shelf, laughing at you.
Yep. I just saw a post the other day where somebody was like, nobody gave Nuts and Bolts a chance. And I was like, oh, I gave it a chance. I gave it multiple chances. And I was not happy with it, to say the least. Man, that's a whole different thing I get into. I don't know what Microsoft's doing with Rare's IP. They're very slowly doing stuff, I guess, with them. Like they did the new Battletoads, and I didn't dislike the new Battletoads. I disliked the soundtrack, and I think enemies took too many hits, but I thought it was fun, and I actually thought it was legitimately funny. I think they did a really good job with the humor, which is certainly a part of Battletoads, so I like that. It wasn't a bad game. And I think they said over 1 million people played it, but that's Game Pass stuff. So, 1 million people didn't buy the game. 1 million people played the game because they were like, well, it's in Game Pass. Why the hell not? So I don't know what a Battletoads game would have sold nowadays, but there's so many other Rare IP that Microsoft is not doing anything with, and they don't even have Rare work on it because Rare now isn't what Rare used to be. It's over at Playtonic, like I've said, but maybe one day we'll get another Banjo-Kazooie. Maybe Microsoft saw how happy people were at Banjo-Kazooie's addition to Smash Brothers and how much that meant. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So depressing. Well, yeah. All right. Let's do our plugs now. Josh, could you bring us those plugs, please, my friend?
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Ray, and this is my friend Alex.
Hi.
And we do a show called No More Whoppers.
Some call it corn, we call it therapy.
We're adults with the virility of men.
Want to hear us read snack food copy and talk about Japanese chips? Too bad!
Join us every month or so on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
Retrograde Amnesia is a comprehensive podcast where we relive a classic Japanese RPG.
Season 1 covers the cult classic Xenogears. In Season 2, we're covering Chrono Cross.
Each episode, we take a section of the game and unpack the story, mechanics, music, and themes.
And we have an AI companion, the Fake Net. It'll make sense later.
Find Retrograde Amnesia wherever podcasts are found.
Josh, how do you feel about that? There's some similar competition on another podcast. Or not competition.
Sure, whatever.
Josh, I gotta say, I think you got more personality than all of them in your little robot pinky.
I am the world's best singer.
Yep, we know. Platinum Games has given an update on a couple of their projects. One that... people are interested in both, but the one that everybody keeps asking about is Bayonetta 3. I know Kirby has played. Kirby, did you play both Bayonetta games?
I did, and I beat both of them.
And Nikki Hill, you played. I know you played Bayonetta.
I completed both.
Well, we got 3 Bayonetta players here. So we're all looking forward to Bayonetta 3. It was announced a long time ago, but it's still not out. We haven't really seen anything at all since the announcement. To tell you the truth, yeah, we haven't seen anything. No new art, no new screens, no trailers or teasers, nothing. We got that original teaser trailer, and that's it. And people have been worried that something's up, but Platinum again and again and again keeps saying nothing's wrong. Everything's going fine. They're just working on the game. And yet again, Platinum had something to say because Famitsu Magazine spoke to a whole bunch of Japanese developers to get some teases on 2021 and updates on their current projects. And Hideki Kamiya of Platinum Games talked about Bayonetta 3 and one of their other titles. He says, quote, "First off, many people are worried about Bayonetta 3 considering there hasn't been any new information since its announcement. But verifications of new systems have been going great and development is going very well. So please wait with peace of mind." And then he also says Project GG, which is still a tentative title, has finally started moving, so please look forward to it. We saw the trailer for Project GG. It was very Ultraman-esque, and it had the little dog in it, and blah, 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 which is confirmed for Switch as well, so we know that's coming. But the real update there is people still worrying about Bayonetta 3, and Platinum has said a bazillion times, do not worry about it. It's going fine. So, it's happening. It's Switch exclusive. Everything's going great. They couldn't be any more positive about it. And I really feel like 2021 is the year not only where we're going to learn more about it, but we're going to see it release because it's been in development for quite some time. And that's a big game for Platinum and obviously a big game for Nintendo as well. Kendrick Lamario says, "I wouldn't be surprised if the game had barely started development when they announced it." I agree with that. And Nintendo wanted as many feathers in Switch's cap as possible in the first year, so they announced it prematurely. Also, given how Astral Chain was announced and then released within months of that reveal, it may just be the same case here, that they're waiting to show it when it's nearly ready to release. I'm not concerned, really. Yeah, I wouldn't be concerned. I think that's exactly right. I think after the Wii U really bombed, Nintendo wanted to make sure that not only they had some interesting games at launch for Switch, but they also showed people, here, look, these are the big things that are coming to Switch. And I had a couple of them that they announced very early that were very far off from releasing, Metroid Prime 4 and Bayonetta 3, because they wanted to be like, look, these major titles are coming. Whether it was premature or not, I don't know. Obviously, usually, more often than not lately, Nintendo will be like, hey, surprise, here's a game. And second surprise, it'll be out in 3 months. So we have seen them do that in the past, even before this year in the pandemic. And it seems to work out for them. And the same goes for Astral Chain. Astral Chain followed a similar path. And that really worked out for Nintendo and Platinum. That game ended up being a million-plus seller, which is really great for a brand new IP. That very rarely happens. And it very rarely happens to Platinum. Platinum is used to making titles that are critical darlings, but they don't sell a lot. But Astral Chain managed to break free of that and become a million-plus seller. So I have no doubt we're going to see more from Astral Chain in years to come. I don't know when the next one will come out, but yeah, they're not. Nintendo and Platinum aren't going to let that just be a one-and-done situation. They're going to do some interesting things there with it. So look forward to that. But yeah, Platinum's super busy. Just with Switch stuff that we know, they're doing Bayonetta 3 and Project GG, and I'm sure they have some other Switch stuff in there too, but Platinum, without a doubt, has other games in general too that they're working on that we don't know anything about. So they got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm sure in 2021 we'll get to see some of it.
Can I read you the statement from January 8th, 2020?
Yes.
First of all, I don't know if you want to read along with the newest statement.
Let me stop you here.
I know he commented.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Whatever. It's not word for word, but it's pretty much all the same stuff. The inspection of new systems is going well. All this other stuff. Just rest assured and wait for it.
Yeah, he keeps saying the same thing because he's like, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Like, because anytime he gives a statement, people are like, oh, he said it this way this time. Something's wrong. So he's like, I'm just going to stop doing that and tell you the same thing and not to worry. So
he should put out a link for asset photos or something, and then it'll just when you click on it, it's like pictures of pooping dogs or something like that.
What?
You know, I mean, why not? That'll get people to shut up a little bit.
Well, he's famous on Twitter for taking the approach of blocking anyone that asks him a question he's already been asked. So if you ever tweet him and ask him something that he's already answered at any time in his history on Twitter, he will block you right away.
Hey man, how you feeling today?
Yep,
Hello?
blocked.
Hello?
And he'll reply by saying blocked, and then you're blocked. So
At least that's
it's become like a meme for him. He very much enjoys doing it. He has like 40,000 people blocked or something like that.
But he's considerate enough to let you know he's blocked, so you're not sitting there. Oh, I wonder if he got my message.
He also like pins tweets where it's like, please read the fact for my Twitter, and it's like, do not ask me questions I've already answered. You will be blocked. But he's doing it like in a funny way. Solomester Link says Raw Me Cowboy wasn't Platinum working on Godfall also. I don't know, were they? Godfall really didn't do anything. I think that game bombed. Where was Platinum involved with that? That'd be news to me. I wasn't following Godfall too much.
Is that the sequel to God Hand?
It is. It is not. Developer says Counterplay Games. Publisher Gearbox Publishing. I don't know if they were involved with it at some point. Yeah, Godfall. Just people. I don't know. Usually, when you get a new game at launch of a system, people are more interested in it, but nobody seems to care about Godfall. Here's a really interesting story for you. Speedrunning is a big thing. Speedrunning is very interesting to me. I've really been getting into watching speedrunning more because there's the stuff people do in games is crazy. For those who don't know, and I'm sure there's none, speedrunning is pushing a game to its limits and pushing your skills to their limit to beat a game as quickly as possible. And speedrunners go out of their way as a community to try and find ways to twist, bend, and warp games to their will in order to squeeze a few extra seconds out of their play session and beat a game a little bit quicker than everybody else. So they use a combination of just really smart play and exploits and glitches that help them shave multiple hours off their playtime. It's a scene that's been going on for over a decade now, but it's really boomed in popularity in the last decade. Just speedrunning is a huge thing, and everybody will speedrun anything. Like any new game that comes out automatically gets some sort of speedrunning community, be it large or small. There's obviously games that get bigger speedrunning communities than others. Like Ocarina of Time is still a very popular game to speedrun, and Super Mario Odyssey has a very popular speedrunning community.
Occasionally, I try to speedrun to the bathroom, but I don't always make it.
A new record for crapping my pants. There's plenty of games that are old school games that are still speedrun too, even older than Ocarina of Time. And that's what we're talking about here. The Dragon Quest speedrunning community. There is, as we've said in the past, Dragon Quest hasn't really had its breakthrough moment in Europe or North America. It's still hugely popular in Japan. But Dragon Quest 11, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, is doing better than all previous Dragon Quest games as far as Europe and North America goes. So that's good. And this is, I'm telling you, as I've said before, I'm not an RPG person, and I greatly enjoy Dragon Quest 11. It's just good. It's just really good. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out. But anyway, Dragon Quest speedrunners are still trying to set new records in classic Dragon Quest games, and one in particular is Dragon Quest 3. Now, usually speedrunners use glitches where you're just playing the game and you perform the glitches with a controller, and that's that. But this past summer, Dragon Quest 3 speedrunners have discovered a new way to speedrun the game, and now more players than ever are using it. And it involves doing something to your Famicom. I'm sure everybody knows Famicom is the Japanese NES, but anyway, there's a part where they can make the game glitch out. And they found out that if players quickly save the game, or they save the game and then quickly toggle the power switch while holding the reset button, they can cause a glitch that causes your party's stats to max out. So you can be super powerful very early in the game, and then you can blow through a lot of sections ridiculously easily. And obviously that you get through quicker, and have a better chance of getting the record. But this power switch toggle glitch is so specific that it can be really hit or miss. And players have found out that they can make this glitch more reliable by literally heating up their Famicom. So they're putting like hot plates underneath their Famicom.
I feel like this is a recipe for disaster.
To make this glitch happen. And this is supposedly because the heating process makes the Famicom's
I'm sweating a little bit.
makes the Famicom's internal memory more volatile. So that makes the glitch more likely. Apparently, you can also do this with very cold temperatures as well.
I feel like that would be a little bit safer.
But cold temperatures?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think so. But I guess the heating up method is more reliable than the cooling down method. So what was that?
They have hot plates, but they don't have cold plates, right?
That's right.
They should try icy hot.
Oh, that's good.
Like the patches?
Rub it on the system and please rub it on me.
Just gently massage your system where its memory is sourced.
You get your best friend to rub down your system for you while you're playing. Yeah, that sounds nice. They are heating their Famicoms anywhere from 122 degrees to 176 degrees to make this trick happen. And this has become a regular thing for speedrunning Dragon Quest III. And those who are doing it say, don't worry, they figured everything out. They're making sure they aren't ruining their Famicoms. Obviously, we are not.
I don't care if they ruin their Famicom. Why would I care?
We are telling you not to do this. We are not recommending you heat up your Famicom, your NES, whatever system you're playing to achieve speedrunning.
What about getting your cat to roost on it?
That would probably work, but I don't know if you'd get up to 122 degrees.
I think with our cat you would.
And you had like 4 cats?
Yes.
I think we need to try this.
See, now that's a better way.
We need to try
You
this.
get more cats. Who doesn't want that? And they could get the system heated up to where it needs to be.
Let's do this.
The problem is keeping the cat there.
What about like just a heated blanket? I mean, that's still not 120 degrees.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah.
What if you put it in a hot tub?
I think the water might.
No, you put it in a Ziploc first.
Yeah, you put it in a Ziploc.
Yeah, but you still have to have it plugged in. The cord's got to come out somewhere.
You keep that stuff just out of the level of the water.
Yeah, you put it on a flip-flop so it floats.
Yeah, I guess
We have to think of everything here.
If it's in a Ziploc bag floating on the water, then yeah, you're
If
okay.
I learned anything from my mother, it's that Ziplocs solve every problem you could possibly have.
That's right. Toilet's not working, just go in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Throw it in the backyard.
That's right.
And then you have some Jenkum for later.
Win-win.
Don't touch my Jenkum. I'm
a Jenkum farmer.
Brewing that for 2 weeks now.
We'd also like to say that GoNintendo does not condone the use of Jenkum.
The use or distribution of.
Jenkum free is the way to be, as we always say. Akmagoan says, is this a first world practice? I'm too third world to understand. Yeah, right. Just I try and melt my electronics to speed run a game. You know, I don't know how these people discovered that this makes this work, but they have, and now it's a thing. I was reading the speedrunning community is trying to decide if this should be allowed or not because it's so outside the norms of what speedrunning glitches and all that is, because you're introducing something outside of the system hardware itself to manipulate the system. Like there's speedruns where people manipulate how the cartridge is in the slot or the power switch and all that stuff too. But this is introducing something else completely. So there's a whole debate about whether it should be allowed or not. But yes, we're just telling you we don't think it's too safe. There are plenty of speedrun categories you can do, and there are ones that are not hot plate related. So maybe try those first before you start melting your Famicoms. What do we got here? HAL, which is the developer of Kirby, and they worked on Smash Brothers as well, but they're mostly known for Kirby. They are teasing some Kirby-related projects for 2021. 4Gamer, the Japanese website 4Gamer, talked to some members of HAL, and they teased things to come in the new year. Tadashi Kawai says, we at HAL Labs will continue to deliver games in 2021 filled with 3 key values: surprise, fun, and warmth. Thank you very much. Teruhiku Suzuki says, in 2021, I want to release another kind of weird game from HAL. Or HAL Egg, that's their experimental brand. He says, please play Part-Time UFO. It's a fun game that you'll absolutely enjoy. Let me know what you think. That is available on mobile or Switch, and he's right. It is a fun game. But the main comment comes from Yumi Toto, and he says, we'll keep working hard on our goal in 2021. That is, for as many people as possible to enjoy Kirby games. We have plans not only for games, but also for merchandise, books, and a variety of events like with the Kirby Cafe. We hope you'll continue to support both Kirby and HAL in 2021. So a new Kirby game isn't really a crazy thing. We usually get a new Kirby game every year, but they're spin-off games. And we've had, what the hell was the name of the Kirby game on the Switch? I don't even remember. Which wasn't, obviously the Switch is only 3+ years old, so I don't know if it's time for another mainline Kirby game, but we have seen mainline Kirby games come out that close to one another, so it could happen. But something Kirby is coming in 2021. We just gotta see what it is.
Wasn't that the one on the Switch that was like a multiplayer one, right?
Yes, but there's been multiple multiplayer ones. Like Kirby's Return to Dreamland was a multiplayer one as well. What the hell was the name of it? Why can't I'm gonna go to the chat. They know.
It's called, Kirby's Color Splash.
Kirby Fighters.
Kirby Fighters 2 just came out.
Star
Allies.
Nader Die.
Thank you. That was it. I like Star Allies. I mean, I like all the Kirby games. I like some more than others, but I really like Star Allies. I thought that was a fun one. First comment comes from the Destructo94, and they say there is something Kirby related every single year, so no surprise there. That being said, will we get the long-awaited, heavily rumored 3D Kirby game? Is the question. That is always the question, my friend. Will HAL and Nintendo finally give us a true 3D Kirby rather than a side-scrolling 3D Kirby or 2.5D Kirby, whatever you want to call it? Because Kirby has very rarely. Well, that's not true. There has never been a fully 3D Kirby game, as in like 3D platforming like Mario. It has never happened. There's been there's been something that's akin to like Super Mario 3D World, but that's not the same as, Super Mario 64 Odyssey or something like that. And we've heard for years that they've been doing experiments to try and make a 3D Kirby game. Will that be what we get in 21? Who knows? Yes, Lucky Hill?
When are we going to get a 3D Kirby game? Kirby has more dimensions than just two dimensions. He's a multi-dimensional character. I don't know. That's where you were going with that.
Hit that rim shot, Mumry.
It's not a joke. I thought that's where you were going with that.
I'm deadly serious.
Well, I mean, Kirby is a multi-dimensional character. That is true. He's
I'm serious.
He can. He's hungry. He loves to sing. He gets angry.
He's a thief.
He likes to have fun.
He steals everybody's abilities.
He sleeps. He's a thief. Yes, that's true. Oh my God, he is a thief. I never thought. He's a killer. He's a killer and a thief.
He's a terrible role model.
Yeah,
Not only does he steal people's abilities, but then he uses them against himself. He's almost like Freddy Krueger.
Man, we've seen Kirby's transformation from a good guy to a bad guy. In the first Kirby game, he didn't steal people's abilities. He just fought the bad guys. Now he steals their stuff.
Maybe King DDD was the good guy after all.
Oh my God. I mean, they have worked together before. I think you're right. King DDD is so sweet looking. How could anybody that looks like that, a giant penguin man, that can't be an evil I was going to say person, but it's not person.
It's like if you like Walt from Breaking Bad.
Kirby and Walt are exactly the same. That's it. Kirby is also big into drugs as well. He drinks those bottles for health, and we don't know what the hell's in there.
And Kirby is a pink man. He's a pink man, like Jesse Pinkman.
Wow, it makes perfect sense.
It's all coming together.
Vitamin G, you really stumbled on something there. Holy crap, that's amazing. So Kirby's next game is going to be all about drugs. We figured it out. Nintendo has announced the best-selling Switch indie games of 2020. They announced them in no particular order. So these are what Nintendo is qualifying as indie games. I would say some of them on this list are not indie games. Yeah, there's a couple in there I would say aren't indie games, but by and large, yes, most of them I will say are indie. Once again, we will open up the floor to you guys. This is only Switch, so we're only looking for games on Switch, and we are talking about in almost all cases games that only released digitally. There are some that got physical releases, but we're looking for digital here.
Spiritfarer.
So Mom Brain says again. Go ahead.
Spiritfarer.
Mom Brain, Spiritfarer is on the list. Yes,
Good answer. Good answer.
one of the top selling indie games. Vitamin G.
Oh God.
You can bow out of the game if you want to.
In 2020.
It doesn't necessarily mean they launched in 2020, but they are the most popular of 2020.
Oh jeez.
I'm looking at all of them, and almost all are 2020. Did you say Call of Duty?
Yes, I did. Call of Duty.
Good answer. Good answer.
No Call of Duty. Nikki Hill.
Oh, I just had one in my head. Oh, I was going to say, because you made a comment saying that you wouldn't necessarily call them independent, but I'm going to just go ahead and try Ori and the Blind Forest.
Ori and the Blind Forest is not on the list. Nikki Hill, would you like to
Good answer.
try
Good answer.
again?
The Will o' the Wisps?
Ori and the Will o' the Wisps is on the list. Yes, that's the one that most recently launched.
Well, Microsoft Studios is a small company.
What is it? Moon Studios is the developer, and I would say they're indie, yes, but the publisher is Microsoft, which I don't think anybody would say is indie. Do Michaels, I guess?
Whoa, I haven't played it, and I want to. But the Untitled Goose Game?
Untitled Goose Game is a great guess, but it is not on the list. Was that 2019? I think it was tail end of 2019. No pun intended. All right, Kirby, do you have a guess?
Sure. I'm going to try and redeem myself by guessing Hades again.
Hades is on the list.
Nice.
Yes,
Thank you.
congratulations, Kirby. Very good. All right, we'll do one more pass through. Mom Brain.
Short Hike.
A Short Hike. That is an indie game, and it did not make the list. I'm so
farts.
sorry. Vitamin G.
No.
Believe it or not, there is a game coming to the Switch called No, but that did not make the list. I'm sorry.
But is it indie?
Yes, it is indie.
Well, 50%.
That's right. Nikki Hill?
I'm struggling to think of other games. There's thousands of games.
This is a list of a lot of games I believe you've at least heard of, but
a list of the things I like.
but games you've played as well.
There's games that I played on this list that haven't been mentioned?
I believe so, yeah. I'm pretty much positive.
I don't know. I'm blanking right now.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm Bit Trip.
Bit Trip. That just came out. I'm so sorry. That is not on the list. Do Michaels?
Naked Grandma.
Naked.
I don't know if this would be on the list, but maybe The Tourist with a Y.
The Tourist is an indie game on the Switch. It did not make the list. I'm sorry. And Kirby, you're the final one. No pressure.
Oh, I have to guess again?
If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank.
The list. Games you didn't mention. Nikki Hill, I'm sure there's going to be a lot here that you're like, damn it. Well, here's another one that I don't consider indie, but I guess nowadays it is as far as how it was released. Streets of Rage 4 made the list. One of the most downloaded Switch games. Spiritfarer, as Mom Brain said, Moving Out, Ori and the Will o' the Wisps, Carrion, which we were just talking about with a friend last night.
Yeah, I still need to play that one.
It's a cool one. What the Golf, Kirby made the list.
What the Golf, Kirby?
What the Golf.
Nice. I played a little What the Golf.
Shantae and the Seven Sirens.
Whoa, Rami.
Would you consider that indie, Rami?
Yeah, Shantae's indie, definitely. Way Forward is in. Way Forward works with licensed stuff, but Way Forward's like like own output of original IP, I would consider indie.
Well, that game was funded through Kickstarter, right?
No. Shantae Half Genie Hero was funded through Kickstarter.
Oh, this wasn't as well?
No, this was not. They've only done one Kickstarter, and it was for Shantae Half Genie Hero. Gotcha. Super Mega Baseball 3, which I've heard lots of great stuff about. So apparently that's a good one. Superliminal, Jackbox Party Pack 7.
Superliminal, by the way, it's very short, very interesting game. If anybody, any of our friends were looking for something, if you ever see it for sale or something, especially pick it up, because it wasn't incredibly challenging, but like I got to a point where I was like, oh, this is just what it is, and then it reached a whole other level, and I was
it's
really
not
surprised.
what it is.
It's more than what it seems.
It's a mind bender. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, which has been doing really well. It became a really big hit for that developer, so good for them. Kentucky Route Zero TV edition, and I have been such a big fan of the Kentucky Route Zero games, and I played all of them except for the last one, and I still haven't played it. I have to get the final. Kentucky Route Zero TV edition is the full series on Switch. It's very Twin Peaks-ish, I would say. Crosscode, Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon 2, which makes me very happy. I'm really happy that sequel did, it seems, as well as the first one. So nice job, Switch owners. And then Neon Abyss also made the list. If you want to see more of these games, Nintendo put out a trailer to showcase little bits of each of these games, and there's not a bad one on the list. Akmaguins says 10 out of those I want but currently don't own. And to think people used to complain about a lack of games on Switch, that how it was at launch. I was just thinking about this last night before the Switch came out. People were like, look at the Switch's launch lineup, there's like nothing there. And I don't remember how many games were there at launch. I'm going to say 7 or 8 between exclusives you could only get on Switch and ports from other platforms. Exclusives were Snipper Clips and Bomberman, whatever the hell that was called. And then you had Breath of the Wild, which wasn't Switch exclusive, but was obviously a big title. And people, complained before all that stuff came out. And then you go to Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, and there are no exclusives for either of those systems at launch, but you don't hear people complaining. So, well, some are complaining, I should say, but.
I was complaining about it last night to you.
Well, I mean the gaming public at large, but there are some complaints, I should say. Yes, Michael was complaining about it last night. I agree. Yeah, we gotta do this. Is somebody not muted? Do you hear that?
Yeah,
it's like
nice hiss.
It's like a cicada noise.
Yeah, I hear that too.
Yeah,
it's Josh Grobot.
Josh, is that you?
Sure, whatever.
What is going on? Can everybody mute and unmute once just to see if we can fix that? Oh dear. I gotta hang up the call and call you back. We can't sit with that. I'll call you right back. Thank God those guys are gone, right? Whew, let's talk bad about them.
A big hello to my fans.
All right, you're all back.
Hello.
It's gone. We're good. Do we want to do this? I'll just say in passing, there was a very interesting interview with Nintendo Dream. They talked to Koei Tecmo about their work on Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. The wonderful Push Dustin did a translation of the interview, and they talk about how they came up with the play styles for the different characters in that game, the champions, and some of the other characters. The game still is pretty new, so I don't want to get into who those characters are because I still consider them spoilers. But yeah, you learn about where they pulled move sets from, what they paid attention to, some of the things they tried during development that they did away with because they didn't work out well, paying respect to Breath of the Wild, all that good stuff. It's a really interesting interview. It's just, there's not one like standout thing to tell you about, but the interview is well worth your time. Josh, I know we're doing North American here, but Nikki Hill is reading it. So Josh, can you? Oh, what?
Hold on.
So, Josh, can you please give us an introduction?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
The North American releases, although I know it's usually Europe. Can you do that for us?
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nikki's Sweet releases.
Thank you, Josh.
Hey, Romy, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
So I looked up Nintendo.co.uk and
Moving
they have
on.
their releases over there. So I can read from December 28th to current day now on there if you want for Europe releases, but I can North America if you want.
I'm going to look at this now. Nintendo.co.uk. Where?
Games, and it says recently released, and it says that like this one released on the 1st of January, but I can go down to December 28th and just start from there and go up.
I don't even see where you're looking. They didn't put out their press release.
I looked up European releases, and this is what came up for me. It's on their site.
Well, I mean, if you want to send me the link, you can. I'll take a look at it just to make sure. But yeah, if you want to do European releases, we can do
How
it.
am I supposed to send this to you? I'm on my Chromebook.
All right, just read the list. Forget it.
The North American?
No, you said you found Europe. Read Europe.
Oh, all right. We usually do North American first. All right, so for Europe, if I'm wrong, sue me. No, don't sue me. I apologize in advance. So starting on December 28th, there's Hell Sports. Aim for the top from the bottom of hell.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're just reading like their calendar.
No, well, it's their releases. It says recent releases. That's all.
Yeah, this is just like like an automated list that chronicles what is actually out. It's not the press release that details things that are gonna come out.
Right.
But we can still do it. Yeah, go ahead.
We always give the news at the end of the week, so we're up to date.
Right? Yeah, go ahead.
Fuse Player. Yeah, 20 Fuse games.
Fuse Player is so there's something called Fuse on the Switch where you create games. It's like a game development thing. But Fuse Player lets you play the games that people make, and Fuse Player costs $1 basically.
For $1.
For $1.
There's a comic coloring book, which looks to be free.
It is.
For less than $1.
Wow.
The Innsmouth case, Void Source, Mia's Picnic, Virus, The Outbreak. It's too soon.
How topical.
Pixel Game Maker series, Dungeon of Nazareth, Cube Raiders. Yeah, you want to go raid some cubes? Lily of the Hollow. Lily of the Hollow Resurrection. That struck a chord with me. Professor Lupo. Ocean. Quell Reflect. That sounds riveting. It's a charming Zen puzzler that is sure to test your brain and capture your heart. Wingspan.
The award-winning Wingspan.
That's Freeman Jewelers Wingspan. That's a regional thing for us in New Jersey here. Demo Reborn. Arcade Archives Shanghai 3. Hitori Logic. And Speed Truck Racing. That's all that's on this list. There might be more. Go check out your eShop for more releases.
Yeah, there's definitely more than that. But thank you, Nikki Hill. Thank you for looking that up.
You're welcome.
North America is Christmas Super Puzzles Dream.
Oh, yeah.
Arcade Archives Gradius 3. Cave Digger. Comic Coloring Book. Demo Reborn. Fuse Player. Hitori Logic. Lily of the Hollow. Mia's Picnic. Pixel Game Maker series Dungeon of Nazareth. Puzzle Plowing a Field.
Delicious.
What do you think of that one, Vitamin G?
That's what I was thinking.
It's not just a simulator; it's also a puzzle game with plowing fields.
It's true.
Well, okay. If there's a puzzle involved, that there's an objective.
So, are you saying you want us to get the game for you?
It's $3.
I need
to.
What did I even do to show you the game? Like if they can't, like screenshots can't show the finished puzzle. How do you even know what your puzzle looks like? I guess it could. I don't know. But then what's the point? Why do? Well, I guess all puzzles are like that. What is the point of a puzzle?
I think you're proving my point about stimulators.
I just don't like jigsaw puzzles in general, real life or video game versions.
Why?
I don't know. You know what I think it is? I think I just don't ever get a comfortable position to work on them.
Oh, yeah. No, you never do.
Right?
No, it's not you.
It's like let's awkwardly hang over the table to do a puzzle.
And depending on where your light source is, like there's always like a reflection, and you gotta it always makes for a stiff neck.
That's what it is. If I had a comfortable way to do it, well,
You ever
I guess
seen puzzle
playing virtual
glasses?
puzzles would be my way to do it then.
Do you ever see like there's a TikTok, like I can't talk right now. I'm doing hot girl
Can't
shovel.
talk right new.
And she's wearing like puzzle glasses with like
I
a
have seen
magnifier
that,
and the
yes,
lights. I bet that would help.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I need a magnetic puzzle that you do on like a wall, like a big board you could put up.
Yeah, sure.
Has anybody done that? Did I just come up with $1 million idea? Apparently I didn't.
I don't know if it's $1 million.
Puzzles are big business, vitamin.
Sure.
Well, I guess right now they are. Josh Grobot, would you buy a magnetic puzzle? Thanks, Josh.
Shut up. I don't care.
Oh, I thought he was going for the hell
Yeah,
yeah. I was
thought
excited.
Yeah, I thought he was thinking about it. Josh, would you buy a magnetic puzzle of you?
Hell yeah.
There we go.
So it looks like this
Moving on.
puzzle game is all, those games where like you have to touch every square but not cross back over previous ones.
Yes, I do.
It looks like that's what this is all about.
Man, speaking of puzzles, I watched somebody do like a massive Rubik's Cube. And I don't mean it was just like regular, like whatever it is, 3x3 or 9x9, whatever it is. I mean, it had like 50 lines on it that you had to spin. And it took the guy 7 hours to do. It was nuts. I have enough trouble with a regular Rubik's Cube.
Have you ever solved a Rubik's Cube?
Once, yeah, a long time ago, but it wasn't like,
like in the car.
It was like through the course of a week I would pick it. I pick up a Rubik's Cube and I play it quote unquote for 5 minutes. I'm
Like while
all
you're
right,
on the toilet?
That's enough for now. Yeah. Back in the days before you had a phone and all you could do on the toilet was read the back of tampon boxes to learn about toxic shock syndrome. Sometimes you would use a Rubik's Cube as well.
I can't figure out this Rubik's Cube. I got it all down, but where does this brown cube go?
One brown cube.
One brown square on this. What the heck? Mom, get in here.
Also available is Tap Tap Legions, the Innsmouth case, and Virus the Outbreak. There's demos.
I'm sorry. I just need to get this out there. I need to make a request. I think Name of Austin. What's his name?
Name of Austin is his name.
He wants to. I think I heard something about him wanting to review plowing a field. If Vitamin G won't do it.
Oh man, we haven't done a review in a while. I was giving him a break after he did bus driving simulator.
That one was incredible.
I don't know if I want to hit him with a virtual puzzle right after that, but I kind of want to give him something like nice to play. But after that, then I could hit him with the plow puzzle game. Autumnal Blake says, Happy New Year. I'm in the mood for a new rhythm game, so I might check out Demo Reborn this week. I played the original Demo. It was fun. I won't make you guys guess, but I will, unless you want to. All right, let's put it this way. I have another list of games. Does anyone on the podcast crew want to guess?
I'll guess if it's not as hard as the last one. The indie game one was hard.
This should be easier, I would say, by a good amount. All right, so we got one. If anybody else has a guess, you chime right in. We have Europe. Nintendo has revealed Europe's top 20 most played games for the Switch. So these are games on Switch, but they didn't necessarily come out in 2020. They are just the most played games on Switch for 2020. Go ahead and guess.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Animal Crossing New Horizons is an excellent guess. It comes in at number 2.
Ooh.
One other game was played more by Switch owners in 2020 than Animal Crossing. Yes, Mom Brain?
Mario Kart?
Mario Kart is number 7. So it's on the list, but not the number 1 answer. Any other guesses?
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is number 6. So still not number 1, but it did make the list.
Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers, an excellent guess. It is number 8 on the list. Still can't get that elusive number
Pokemon?
1. Pokemon Sword and Shield are numbers 3 and 4 on the list. So getting closer, but still not number 1.
Are these Nintendo?
They are on the Switch. That's all that matters. We are not telling you Nintendo specific. We are telling you games on the Switch.
Super Mario 3D All-Stars?
Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. It's not on the list, surprisingly.
I know what it is. And it's because I put so many hours into it. It's Solitaire and 50 other games, probably.
Clubhouse games did not make the list. No, I'm sorry.
We've been playing a lot of Fortnite lately.
Vitamin G.
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite is the number 1 answer.
I rule.
You redeemed yourself. You couldn't redeem yourself any more than that. Yes, Fortnite is number 1. There you go. All right, I'll read you the rest of the list. Let's see. 2 was Animal Crossing. 3 and 4 were Pokemon Sword and Shield. 5 was Minecraft, which was not guessed. 6 is Breath of the Wild. 7 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. 8 is Smash Brothers. 9 is Super Mario Odyssey. 10 is another previous Vitamin G guess, FIFA. Number 11 is New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. 12 is Super Mario Maker 2, followed by Rocket League, Luigi's Mansion 3, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. 17 is Splatoon 2. 18 is Super Mario Party. 19 is Asphalt 9 Legends. And rounding out the top 20 is Fire Emblem 3 Houses. There you go. So yes, Fortnite in this crew certainly has been our most played Switch game this year. And it makes sense for everybody else too, because it's free. You can play with your friends. And they update it every week with new content. So it keeps people coming back.
If Friday the 13th was on that list, I would say that both Friday the 13th and Fortnite were on that list because of our group of friends.
Yeah, right. We cranked up the playtime for him. The Pandalorian says, disappointed my 400 plus hours with Stardew Valley didn't help it make the list. Gonna try the Stardew Valley expanded mod on PC. Adds a huge amount of content. Pity the Switch version can't support mods. There's tons of cool stuff. It cannot support mods, but we do have the version 1.5 update coming to Switch in January. I think they said they're aiming for late January, so it might fall into February, but coming soon. And then finally, our last top story. Nintendo doesn't seem to care about the F-Zero franchise anymore, which makes many fans sad, including myself, because I really appreciated and liked F-Zero, and it's been a very long time since we've seen a new F-Zero game. I believe the last time we saw anything playable F-Zero was Nintendo Land, which had a little mini F-Zero experience, but that doesn't really count. But that's the last, I guess, notable thing Nintendo did with F-Zero. It's been a very long time since we've seen a new installment. And as far as we know, Nintendo's not working on a new installment, but some previous developers who worked on F-Zero said they're down to return. Many Nintendo fans look back on F-Zero GX as the finest installment in the F-Zero franchise. Did I say French fries? French fries, which was a collaboration between Sega and Nintendo. The producer on that project was Toshihiro Nagoshi, who Sega fans know as the man behind the Yakuza franchise, as well as the Super Monkey Ball franchise. He was asked about returning to the F-Zero franchise, and he said, quote, putting aside the odds of it happening, I must admit I have a lot of affection for F-Zero GX. If the opportunity were to present itself, I wouldn't mind. And in that case, I'd like to make it a challenging game. I believe that if Nintendo just wants a racing game that is fun and accessible, they already have that with Mario Kart, which is very true. Yeah, Mario Kart is much more accessible racing game, whereas F-Zero, as far as Sega is concerned, is a more challenging racing game, and F-Zero GX was ridiculously challenging. I remember getting stuck literally on the first race for a really long time, and then the second one just as much. But it was the fun kind of challenging. You eventually got better at the game, but That was a gorgeous, probably one of the nicest looking games on the GameCube. And certainly an F-Zero game with a more competitive and challenging edge than previous installments. And fans really liked it. From what we had heard, I believe, I don't know if Nintendo in general or it was just Miyamoto who wasn't too much of a fan of F-Zero GX, but fans disagree with that. And I would too. F-Zero GX is definitely one of my favorite installments. The original still holds a very special place in my heart, but
What does Miyamoto know about what people like in games?
right, he doesn't. But F-Zero GX is definitely a great installment. And it's been so long since we've seen a new F-Zero. If Nintendo announced that a new F-Zero was in the works, fans would lose their minds. But if then they also learned that Sega was involved again, it would take it to a whole new level. So who knows? I don't know what Nintendo's doing with F-Zero anymore. I guess they don't. I don't know. I don't know why they don't do it. I know F-Zero, at least in later installments, wasn't a huge seller. It's one of their more niche titles, but usually even their niche titles are still million sellers. And they don't let them fall by the wayside like they did with F-Zero. I don't know why the decision to move away from F-Zero happened, but clearly it was a decision that they purposefully made because we haven't seen a new installment in a long time. Maybe they were working on one and it didn't pan out and they just moved away from it. I believe there were rumors during the Wii era that they were working on an F-Zero, but it didn't pan out. And here we are today. But sometimes franchises go on decades-long hiatuses before we see a new installment. Look at Streets of Rage 4. Look at how many years it took Sega to greenlight Streets of Rage 4. What was it, 21 years or something after Streets of Rage 3?
That indie game that was in development for 21 years?
No, I mean, yeah, that goes to show our age because for us, Streets of Rage is not an indie franchise, but in today's era, it's especially with the approach of it, it's more of an indie style game. Certainly, it's not the Sega powerhouse that it used to be. I'm not getting choked up. I'm just joking.
Now, would you be concerned with the speed of the racers if Sega put out a new F-Zero game? Considering how they ramped down the speed of Sonic over the past couple decades.
Would you say they've made Sonic slower?
I know that was a dispute for a long time, that Sonic just wasn't as fast as it used to be.
You're too slow.
Really? I don't remember this.
That was a complaint that you had, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was a thing. I think we came up with it's because they don't have blast processing anymore that he can't go that fast.
I feel like modern Sonic games are too much about speed and not enough about platforming.
It was during a period where Sonic just kind of got a little old. His knees started hurting.
Well, they say it's all in the shoes, so he shouldn't be having that problem. But yeah, I like my Sonic to have a better mix of platforming and speed rather than just speed alone, which is what the classic Sonic games were. They were a good mix of speed and platforming, whereas Sonic games, quote unquote modern Sonic games, are more about the speed aspects and just sitting back and watching Sonic run through loops and corkscrews and stuff. Not that wasn't a part of the original games, but you had more platforming in those games. Sonic Mania certainly does a good job of mixing the speed and the platforming, but
Sonic Mania was done by
fans.
Yeah. that kind of ended up working with Sega, and that was, I remember you saying that was part of the reason. Sega was not really accomplishing much with Sonic for a while. There was Sonic Rush on the DS, but that was a long time ago too.
Yeah.
And then, but there has been he's gotten a little bit quicker. He's been getting back to the gym or doing stretching. He's getting a little quicker, but it's just not it's a different.
Meow.
Unless I'm crazy, I think Sega worked with a partner on Rush and Rush Adventure as well. But I really liked Rush and to a lesser extent Rush Adventure. But yeah, Sega forgot how Sega themselves admitted that they weren't exactly capable of making a more traditional Sonic game anymore, which is why they turned to those people who had been making Sonic fan games for a long time and worked with them on that. So, and I really appreciate that decision, and I appreciate the honesty and the openness about it, because they were like, listen, we are more focused on modern Sonic and we don't have the team or the sensibilities to make classic Sonic. So We worked with people who really appreciate that and know that kind of Sonic inside and out, and it worked. I mean, it was a great decision. It worked out really well for them.
Yes, we're interested in modern Sonic.
Well, they are, where Sonic's like attitude is front and center, and there's a bazillion side characters, and what else? Just like story. I'm sorry, but I don't care about story in Sonic games. My story is Robotnik steals the Chaos Emeralds and Sonic gets them back. That's all I need. I don't need anything other than that. If you want to throw in a little extra stuff in there, fine. But I don't want to play a Sonic game where I have to sit and watch Eggman like go through all this exposition for 5 minutes and then Sonic and Tails talk about whatever. That's just not for me. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just for me personally, when it comes to Sonic, I just want to play Sonic. I just want to run through the levels, and I don't need any more story other than good versus evil. That's.
Please give me a story where he turns into a werewolf.
Now, well, that's great. Also, more stories where he kisses human girls. That's what I want. I think we all agree that was
hell yeah.
The highlight of Sonic games.
Not gonna lie, I'm sweating a little bit.
Was when Sonic made out with a human voiced by Lacey Chabert. That's the pinnacle of Sonic.
Wow. What a hole.
All right, that's our top stories for this week. What are we going to do here? Mom Brain, what'd you play?
I don't think I played anything.
Excellent, Mom Brain. Thank you. Vitamin G, what have you been playing?
Still on Fortnite kick. I just downloaded and started Ori and the Blind Forest.
Ooh.
I basically just wanted to finish the prologue so I could start playing the game. So I watched like the cinematic beginning.
Yeah.
I had resisted getting this game for so long because I thought the previews were just made it look heartbreaking. And I'm like, I don't want to go through that.
Yeah.
And it was sad, as I kind of expected it to be, but not quite as heart-wrenching as I thought it was going to be.
We'll see what happens as you continue through the game.
Yeah, I know. I'm terrified. But yeah, I just started that. So.
I'm very excited to see what you think of that. I mean, the first one's amazing. The second one, I would say, is even better. I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how you feel when you come out of it. Good luck. Nikki Hill, what have you been playing?
Hey, I played some Solitaire.
Oh, how's it going?
Solitaire and 50 other games. It's good. One of my New Year's resolutions is to play more Solitaire, put some more hours into it.
No, I haven't played enough Solitaire. I need to double my numbers this year.
Spend enough time in isolation. I need to spend more time playing games by myself. I also played Freddy Spaghetti.
Oh, you did play that.
I did.
And
my hands hurt because of all like the trigger pulling of left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little frustrating because it's like physics based or whatever, so it wouldn't always move the way I wanted to, even though I think I'm hitting the buttons at the same rate for the same length of time, alternating. But with me and button hitting and smashing, I end up getting sloppy with it, and I'm sure that's what caused a lot of frustration. It's a pretty simple game. It's a charming game. It wasn't, for some reason, I was kind of expecting more of like Untitled Goose Game, but with a strand of spaghetti, and it wasn't. But like I thought I was going to interact with people a little bit more, but it's not about that. But it's a quick game. It's really simple, and it's like just stupid fun.
It's about being spaghetti, the real life of a spaghetti strand.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody, but I enjoyed it for what I played, and then I did play some Mahjong Solitaire too.
Oh, the real question is, did you try that Solitaire game that I sent you the video for?
No.
I love that I send you a game that is all about Solitaire with some other mechanics, and you're like, oh no, that's too scary.
Is it a cell phone game? Well, it's an RPG or something like that.
I mean, it's on PC and it's on mobile.
Mobile? Maybe I'll play it. But I did play another game that I think you would like, Raw Meat. It's called When the Past Was Around.
Oh, I haven't played that yet. Yeah, that's on my list of ones to play.
It's very much like Florence.
Yeah, that's the impression I got from the trailer.
It's different. You're experiencing the same emotions, but for a different reason, I guess. The puzzles were pretty good.
It's got some cool looking owl guy too.
Yeah, it's all about that owl love.
He is handsome.
Yes, and he's a wonderful musician.
Ooh.
But one of the puzzles kind of caught me off guard, and I did have to search the internet just because it was frustrating for me. And like I was just moving at a pace, and I just wanted to continue. Like I didn't want to, and I got stuck, and I was just back and forth. And like the way the screen loads, it kind of just slowed me down a little bit, and I wanted to get into it. But that game is more about the story and the emotions that you get out of it and stuff. It's not really just about those puzzles, I guess. So I didn't feel too bad about it. But I liked the animation. It was a pretty game. I wasn't like totally thrilled with it, but I definitely think you would enjoy it.
Yeah,
It's just another one of those games. It's about the experience. It's not about like jumping on mushroom people or getting all sweaty and building houses. It's just about love.
Yeah,
you're a sweaty.
I'm definitely gonna play it. How long is it start to finish? It can't be. Is it even an hour? How long?
I think it took me like a couple hours. It was definitely over an hour.
That's longer than I thought.
Yeah,
because Florence is what? You can beat Florence in like a half hour, if that.
Yeah, this is the puzzles are not so Florence. The puzzles are they're not even really puzzles as much as they are like situations. So you have to just work yourself through. This you have to like search for pieces and like solve puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit more involved.
Okay, I'm down.
But it is. There's like so many beautiful moments to it.
Is that the same company of all the other ones? I don't remember.
Annapurna?
Yeah.
They distributed it? I don't think they did this one.
Yeah, I couldn't say for sure if they did or not.
No, they did. It is in line.
Oh, it is?
I do not think they did.
Oh, I'm looking it up.
And it is in line with what the other stuff that they're distributing.
Yeah. That's why I didn't think it was, but it certainly felt like it could be.
But I just wanted to say between 2015, I mean, this is a stupid number. Between 2015 and 2019, I completed 41 games. 2020 by itself, I completed 20 games. I mean, a lot of them, there's a good number that was only like, a couple hours long, but I'm interested in some of these shorter games that like it's an experience that I get into, feel what it wants me to feel, and move on.
It was published by Chorus Worldwide, who just does a wide variety of games. But yes, very much in the vein of Annapurna's other titles.
Yeah, no, it's not for everybody. But if you're into that kind of thing, which you don't know what it is unless you play it, you might enjoy it.
Yeah, go watch a trailer. Is that it?
Is that it? Yes, that's it.
Kirby, what have you been playing?
I don't know if I ever got the chance to mention this on the podcast, but maybe it was because we did the the 800th show, and we didn't really
we
didn't have time to talk about what we were playing. But last month I started playing Fortnite for the first time.
We were very happy to see you pop in there yesterday.
Good answer.
Yeah, I was on last night. I think that's only like my third time playing so far.
Well, it looked like it was your 100th time because you were dancing like you've never danced before.
I didn't do very well last night, but I did do a lot of dancing.
You got the important stuff right. You were talking with us and you danced a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's going to be the kind of game that I'm going to be taking very seriously.
That's like the rest of us.
Yeah, it's just nice to hang out with everyone and occasionally like shoot somebody.
You did save my life last night, and you and I both celebrated that.
Oh yeah, wow, I forgot about that.
I did not, because you were very surprised that you did. You were like, I got that guy. I really got him. I will never forget it. My monkey brother in arms out there, my sock monkey.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, the first time I played, you guys all talked me into buying the Sock Monkey skin, which I'm very grateful for because it was the right call.
Yeah. It's an excellent addition to the weird range of characters that we have in there.
Oh man, I don't know whose skin I like the most. They're all great.
I love the Sock Monkey, but I gotta give it to Guff.
Guff for life.
Guff is so good.
Lil Whip
is the best.
Lil Whip is definitely up there, but there's just some Guff's chicken legs, I think, do it for me.
And I think it's the vacant, happy look on Guff's face too. Like it's just like, yep, I'm here.
Well, he does frown sometimes, but when he's dancing, which concerns me.
Oh, I've never
He's very focused.
Yes, he is focused. Every once in a while, he gets really glassy eyes too, which is my favorite.
Yeah, the glassy eyes Guff is the best, and I like how feathers come off of him too.
Yes.
Especially like in a car, like feathers are flying off this car.
He's beautiful. Guff is beautiful.
He
without a
is
doubt.
beautiful. He's a big, beefy, beautiful boy.
Well, Kirby, we're glad you're out there with your Sock Monkey and your banana backpack and back bling. I'm sorry, and having fun with us.
Yeah. Obviously, I had to get the banana.
You gotta accessorize.
Yeah, to complete the package.
Is that it?
No, I got a little more. I'll try to keep it short. I started playing Inside.
Oh, have you never played that before?
No, I don't know why I didn't pick it up earlier because I was, I'm a big fan of Limbo, which it's is that their only other game?
No, I feel like we're forgetting one. I'm gonna look it up.
I have fond memories of falling asleep at your house while playing that game.
Yes, I remember that. You're right.
Fell asleep and I just woke up in a pit. I was like, "What the heck am I doing here?"
Man, Kirby, I'm so jealous. That's one of those games where I wish I could experience again for the first time.
Oh yeah, well, the reason I ended up getting it, I had like $1.94 of like store credit because I had like 194 gold points.
Yeah,
and they were going to expire at the end of the month. So I was like, all right, I'll see if I can find a game that's on sale for less than $10. And Inside was there, going for like $6-7. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll get Inside.
Man, that's a steal too. That game's definitely worth it.
Yeah, and it, like Limbo was kind of like a watershed game for me. It might be the first like indie game I ever played, at least on like a console or something. It was definitely the first one ever like, bought and downloaded myself. And this, Inside is a very similar feel. It's you're playing as a little kid who has, all these horrible things happen to him, and it's very like stark, and there's like no music, which makes it very creepy.
Oh yeah, there's some creepy parts to it without a doubt.
Yeah, and so I'm enjoying that so far.
You were right, Kirby. They've done Limbo and Inside, and that's it.
Wow, and yeah, that's quite a gap in between releases too.
Yeah, Limbo was 2010 and Inside was 2016.
Wow,
Kirby,
yo, I'm here.
If you haven't played Grease, I think that's a game you would really enjoy.
GRIS, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Grease, like Grease Lightning. It's a game of the movies.
Yeah, looks like.
Yeah. Bandy.
Yeah, Nikki Hill, I know you've been talking about Grease a lot. You've had many positive things to say about it.
It's not the same, but it is like I just think it's a beautiful game.
It's a cinematic platformer. Yeah, it's definitely in that genre.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get to it eventually.
Or too. Those Unravel games are like so.
Yep, Unravel is cinematic platformer, although it's more platformer than cinematic platformer, but still the same kind of thing.
Is that available? Can you play multiplayer online, or that's only local?
I think it's only local on everything.
Yeah, lame. All right, I'll let you talk. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the only other thing I played this week, Oh yeah. Yesterday I played Batman Arkham City for about a half hour, specifically because, and this is something I would do back when the game first came out, and I was playing through it for the first time. I just wanted to visit Calendar Man in the prison underneath the courthouse.
He's always got something to say.
Yeah, because I don't know why I got into this, but yeah, I just wanted to see if he knew that it was New Year's Day, and obviously he did. And whenever if you happen to talk to him on a major holiday, he'll talk about murdering someone on that particular day. And
guy.
Yeah, it's like I said, I don't know why I found that so fascinating, because it's at this point it's a pretty old school kind of video game trick where characters will know what day it is.
Well, I'm sure he appreciates the visit, Kirby.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who visits him.
I love that. I think that's great, and they make I've had that game for a long time. Actually, Raw Meat and Mom Brain gave it to me, I think, for a birthday, and I never got into it.
Oh well.
Arkham City, really?
Oh no, not Arkham City.
Oh, okay.
I've had that one. Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight was the last one.
Yeah, that was the one. Sorry, I'm done talking again.
Man, you've interrupted Kirby so much.
Yeah, and
that's really cool. I
said I was going to try and keep it short too, but thanks, Nikhil. I'm done.
Okay. Do I know you had something special to share, so I'm coming to you.
Yeah, thanks for saving me for the end, because this is going to get heavy. You guys don't get paid enough to listen to my mental dealings, but here goes. So you know how last week I spoke about how I sent back Cyberpunk 2077. Well, I bought it again. Just kidding. I didn't.
But you talked to me earlier today, and for a split second, I believed you.
Oh man, that's great.
I did too.
Yeah, no, I
bought two more copies.
Yeah, I bought two. I bought actually everyone one, so you guys got them coming in the mail soon.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I got rid of that game, and I thought that was going to be fine. And I was like, I had this itch to play open world game. I wanted something kind of like that, and it left this little hole that I wanted. And I was ashamed to admit it this week to you, RMC, but I have since called and confessed before the podcast. But I started playing The Witcher 3 again this week, and I at first it was kind of CD Projekt Red, they this is the game they really put love into, so you can play this one and feel good about it. And then it was kind of you want an open world experience, so it's fine to play it again. And then, I started playing it, and then it was it's on you're playing it on PS5, so you got to know how it runs. You got to see how it runs. I was making all these excuses for playing this game for literally the fourth time. I just played it on the Switch in 2020. So I started playing it, and, I'm still loving it. It's one of my favorites. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I was embarrassed to admit that I was playing it, because RMC had asked me this week what I'd been playing, because we'd only been on Fortnite, and I lied and said I wasn't playing anything. That's how. What I have to do is just stop being embarrassed. Who cares? Play the game 200 times. Don't be embarrassed if you like it.
That's right.
I don't know why. But anyway, so I'm playing, and I was like, I wish Geralt could steal things and shoot a bow and arrow. So what did I do? I dug through my games, and I pulled out Skyrim, and I put Skyrim in. And I'm playing Skyrim, and Skyrim now has all these mods you can put in right from the menu screen.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking that this is how these games like The Witcher and Skyrim should live on. The developers should keep improving. Every month there should be an update or a mod or something in there, because there were so many things about The Witcher 3 that, even though I loved the game, there were little things that kind of were getting me. Like I would go into, like, this is going to sound super nerdy and loserish, but like I go into like a pub at like 3 a.m. in the game, and like people are like not how they should be acting at 3 a.m. in a pub, you know, or like, you know, it's like pouring rain outside in the game and like people are just walking around in the rain. It's like, no, like run and try to get shelter or something. Like you wouldn't be, you know, so like little things like that. I was like, why can't they just have an update every month and, you know, make the NPCs more believable?
I have to jump in? I want you to know the chat has your back. Hiley and Tom says, enjoy it. Don't feel guilty. I'm about to seek out 900 Koroks for the 5th time starting this month. And the Owl Wolf says, amen.
Well, I love the support. Thank you so much. Spoiler alert: the Koroks are just pieces of poop from that big thing. But oh wait, no, they give you the piece of poop, like the little nuts. But anyways,
Yahaha.
Yahaha. I love that. But yeah, well, thank you for the support. I mean, I was feeling like really embarrassed, and then I was like, you know what? It would make for a more interesting discussion on the podcast if I just came clean and said, you know, the truth, what I'm playing, who gives a crap if you've played it over and over again? Like, you know, so I'm coming clean and I'm letting you know that this is what has been happening this week. I felt a little bit like that Simpsons joke where, because like, what is it, like they get kicked out of the all-you-can-eat restaurant, and Homer drives around all night looking for another one, and when he can't find one, they go fishing. like that was, yeah. That was kind of like my mentality that I was thinking of when I was like, well, I can't play Cyberpunk, so I'll play, you know, Witcher for the 4th time. But so anyways, when RMC asked me and I lied, I thought to myself, well, you got to have something to talk about on the podcast if you're not going to talk about The Witcher and Skyrim. And so I, you know, something good did come of it. I went on the Switch and I started playing a game that I mentioned earlier called The Tourist, spelled with a Y,
Hey.
which I find annoying, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't take yeah. But anyways, so yeah, I'm playing The Tourist, and I like it a lot. It's very, I really like the graphical style. It's very charming, the way that it's presented. There's very little music in the game. It's kind of just like a lot of ambient sound of like the island and the waves, and there's what music is there is pretty good, but there's not a lot of it. And in my opinion, there's not enough of it. Like I know what they're going for, and it works very well with the game. I would like to hear a little bit more music. It's not a difficult game by any means. There are a few puzzles in it that are satisfying to solve. But the game takes like a very relaxed kind of tone to it.
Yeah.
Which I like, but what's frustrating is that every once in a while, the game will throw at you a crazy like platforming challenge that has no business being in this game. Like it's like a Mario style platform challenge. And let's just face it, the tourist ain't no Mario, you know, like he cannot move and shake like this. And,
can your grandfather do this?
So there's a couple parts in the game that I got like very, very frustrated at. Luckily I was able to beat those parts kind of within 20 minutes and move on. And then you get back into just like relaxing and enjoying the experience of the game. But I don't know why they did that. They took a game that's like so accessible and so easy. I don't want to say easy, but like so laid back in all of its mechanics. And then it's like, oh, and here's an impossible, like, you know, platforming section for no reason. So that like that kind of stuff has been frustrating, but it does like a lot of, it's kind of like a jack of all trades, and like it has you do like a lot of activities, different activities.
Yeah,
you know,
it's really cool on how it has you doing a whole bunch of different stuff, and I think that adds to the vibe of it. Like it's got a really unique vibe.
It does, and I find it very charming. I like it a lot. The graphical style, like I said, is really cool. Really, really cool. So, yeah, I think I'm almost done with it too. Like I got to what I thought was the end, and then like you press the button or whatever, and then they were like, oh, you still have side missions to do. Do the side missions, and then you can do it. So like that I felt was kind of annoying, but I can certainly go back and do a couple of side missions and then finish it up. But so enjoying it. I don't know if it's worth $20. I mean, that seems like a high price tag, but I do enjoy it. I'm glad that I'm playing it.
Yeah, I wish you had jumped on it sooner because they just had a sale for it, and I think it was half price.
Now, $10 is more what I think it would be worth.
I really like the game, but I agree. I think $10 is the sweet spot for that. I thought it was a little high when it came out. So, Nikki Hill, were you saying something?
Yeah, do you end up like gathering tools like a Rick Steves travel log or something, or a like a fanny pack, or binoculars, or a camera?
No, this guy in a Taurus is way too laid back for Rick Steves.
You do get a camera though, actually, and there's not a lot of not a big like photo kind of section, but like you can take pictures of monuments and sell them and make money in the game and stuff. So like there's uses for the camera, and it's kind of cool because you feel like it adds to being a tourist. It adds to the feeling of going around sightseeing, taking photos, and it's got like a very Legos or almost Minecraft, like better than Minecraft type style to the graphics. And a lot of it is very charming and nice to look at, and it's fun to snoop around and take photos and stuff.
Yeah, that company's got a lot of really cool games, and they always do a great job with the visuals. It's funny enough, people were talking about that company in the chat earlier today because we were talking about F-Zero, and the same company that made Taurus, Sheen does the Fast series of... What's going on over there? Is somebody not muted?
Sorry, it was me. I was stroking. My beard is very big now, and I was giving it like a good like stroke.
It sounded like
it's right next to the.
It sounded like somebody was opening a bag of chips.
Are you stroking the beard with a noisy beard?
Okay, well, I haven't been going out, so I haven't been using like my beard wax, my beard butter. So it's probably like dry as a grizzled old hen's beard.
Anyway, Sheen makes the Fast series. They did Fast RMX, I believe, on the Switch, which is very much... It's like let's say it's like Wipeout and F-Zero if they had a baby, and then there's a little unique like color shifting mechanic in there too. But Sheen makes really good stuff. Great soundtracks, great games. They always really push graphics to in a really unique direction, I'll say. Fast RMX is more traditional in its graphics, but very nice looking. And the Tourist, as Stu said, uses it's using voxels to create a very like blocky but unique looking game.
Weren't they the ones that had like the that jetpack game or something?
Yes, you're right.
And it was like the biggest indie download game on the like the longest or like the most jam-packed content.
They did, yeah. Sheen is amazing because on WiiWare it had WiiWare was a 40 meg limit. And they did that game, whatever it was called, I forget, but it was like a platformer that looked absolutely gorgeous. Like it had graphics similar to Galaxy, and I would say in some ways better than Galaxy. And they squeezed all that into 40 megs. It was crazy, but yeah,
it like a longer game too, right?
Jet Rocket says Kurt Dog. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was a really cool game. I think that made its way over to 3DS eventually as well. But Sheen also did Art of Balance, which is another really great game. The puzzle game where you stack the blocks.
That was a fun
on.
one.
Yeah, we played that for parents play, I believe.
And Nanostray?
Nanostray, yes, they did Nanostray as well. Yeah, they're a great company. They, unfortunately, I think the Tourist is one of their first misfires as far as getting attention. The people that played it really enjoyed it, but it didn't get the same attention that their other titles did, which is a shame. But it's still worth your time. Definitely, it's a good one. Yeah, Art of Balance is a fantastic title. That's out on what, Wii and 3DS and Wii U, and I think it's on Switch as well. It's a really good game. Is that it, Stu?
Yeah, that's it. I mentioned Fortnite, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Obviously played Fortnite, and it's good to have you there, Kirby. Hope to see you there more often. It's just been a lot of fun. It's been like keeping me sane to to talk to you guys like literally every night. It's just been so great. In fact, we had one night last week where I actually slept through, like I was taking a nap and I slept through the text message, and then I don't think like anyone went on and played. And then I went on later and like tried to get, RMC to play with me, and he was busy. And like, so basically, long story short, I missed one day of Fortnite, and it like threw me off. Like I need to be talking to my friends. It's just, it's been incredible.
You missed the day there is to miss because none of us were playing that day. So what was that, Josh?
Hanging and banging.
Josh gets it. Well, thank you, Du. Yeah, we're all having a great time out there. I'll talk about it when I'm allowed to.
Hey, Rami.
Oh, yes.
Have you heard Josh Grobot's rap?
My name's Josh Robot, and I'm here to say I'm the best on this podcast, far and away. I'm so great. And you guys suck. If you don't like that, I don't give a darn.
I have heard that, yes.
What'd you play this week?
Oh, thanks, Mom Brain. I also played Fortnite, as we all have been doing, and having a great time. And last night in particular, all the nights are great and a lot of fun, but last night in particular was a really funny one. As Vitamin G was saying, he just mentioned that we were like on fire with making each other laugh and just talking about stupid crap, and it was great. But all the nights we play have those elements to them. I will say, I got my first. I don't often play duos because we usually have like 8 or 9 people in there with us. But one of the nights people were going to bed, and I'm, as Lube says, I'm Frankenstein, which he says means I'm up all the time. And Du is on the other coast. So we were playing duos, and we got a duos dub. It was my first duos dub of the season, and it was a good one. And it ended at Du's favorite place, the Stronghold, or George, as we call it. So, yeah, I played a lot of Fortnite. But also, finally, the only other thing I played this week is one I've been waiting to play and been meaning to play. And you guys have been telling me to play. I finally played some Hades. And the best compliment I can give it is I should have been playing it as soon as it came out. Because holy crap, is that game awesome. It is so addictive, and it's so, I shouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised because it's Supergiant. Supergiant makes awesome stuff. The amount of care and the amount of love and attention to detail that they put in their games is phenomenal, and Hades feels like the culmination of everything they've learned from their previous games. The story is really interesting. Long story short, you are the son of the devil, and you are trying to escape hell, and the other gods of Olympus are trying to help you get out of there. And the devil knows you're doing it, and he's like, yeah, I don't care, try and get out. It's never going to happen. You're never going to make it. And as you work your way through hell, bills start piling up for the devil because you're destroying so much stuff, and he's got to bring somebody in to help him make like a budget for all the crap that you're breaking. Yeah. And you meet all the Greek gods as you're in there, and they help you, and they give you power-ups, and you can expand the moves that you get and the options that you have, and the levels are randomly generated, and you're gonna die a lot because you're trying to work your way out of hell. It's not something easy to do. So I've only played I played a couple hours, and I got to the first boss, and I almost beat her, but I didn't. But the push to keep going back is so strong. You're just like, one more time, one more chance going through the game. Because you get to level up your abilities. You have a billion different abilities you can get through, and you have a whole bunch of different ways to level up your character and a whole bunch of different maneuvers you can do. And as I said, the levels are randomly generated. So while they all have the same theme as you go through them, the rooms are completely different, and the enemies that you attack are completely different. And the combat is fast and fluid and really engaging. And furious. And it feels so good. And there's lots of little unique mechanics that you can get, and you can buy different weapons too. And you'll get little things as you go through different rooms. Like rooms will have icons on them to let you know like what you're going to get when you complete the next room. It may be points to spend on something, or maybe a replenish of your health, or whatever it may be. Oh my God, is it good? The soundtrack, Again, it's Supergiant. I shouldn't be surprised, but the soundtrack is amazing, and the music ebbs and flows as you're playing. Like when you first cross into a room, it's a little mellow, and then when the enemies come in, it really pumps up, and then when you defeat all the enemies, it drops out a whole bunch of the instrumentation, and it's very subtle music. It's so good. I love the visual style. It's isometric like previous Supergiant games, but it uses a different, I would say, like harsher artistic approach. It's so good, man. I can't say enough good things about it. I want to play it so much. It's so much fun to zip around and take out enemies and see what's in the next room and try and beat a boss, and you can't. And you're like, well, next time I'll be a little stronger. Or next time I'm going to use this tactic. Oh man, it's so good. I don't mean to keep crapping on Cyberpunk, and I only played a few hours of Cyberpunk. But the impression I got from Cyberpunk was the game really wanted you to think it was cool by showing you all this stuff and being like, this is cool. Like, you know, it's adult and it's edgy and it's rad. And I was just like, man, this game really wants me to think it's cool. And Hades to me is such a cool game. It feels cool. It feels like you're playing something cool. It's like
very cool.
It's effortlessly cool. It just feels like, for the lack of a better term, it feels badass. You feel like a badass playing it. The game, it's just so good. Hello, Mice and Gods. But yeah, everybody, the game has won multiple Game of the Year awards, and without a doubt, I can see why that is. And I'm early on, and I have a lot to go. But holy crap, I could talk about this game a lot. It is really good. So if you've been sleeping on Hades, you have to check it out. It's only on PC and Switch for the time being. I'm sure it'll eventually go to other platforms, but Switch has a console exclusive for a while. And you can get it on both platforms, and it has cross save. So if you play on Switch while you're on the go, and then you save your game there, when you get home and you want to play on your computer, you pick up the same save, and all your progress is right there too. So
I think it's on sale now as well.
Oh, is it? Man,
just for a few bucks. Like I think it's I want to say it's a $25 game, and I think it's like maybe 22 or 21.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I think I saw that.
it's new.
I think I'm gonna get it.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's fairly new. Yeah, there's not going to be a big discount right now, but yeah, if there is one, even for a few, but it's definitely worth the full price. But if you can get a discount, I guess the sale is over. It's $25 right now. But holy crap, is it worth it?
That style just has me like holding back. I don't know. I'm afraid to try new things or whatever, and just that 3/4 view where you're just going through. It's like what kind of game is it? Like, is it like a dungeon crawler? You probably said this and I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dungeon crawler, but it's, a real time. It's, it's like any other real time action game. It's not like turn based or anything like that. You just move around.
Is it actually happening right now?
you run up to people and you hit them. Roguelike, as Mice and Gods says.
You didn't play Transistor or Bastion, Nikki?
I did not. And when I looked, when this was picking up some steam and they had a big sale like a month or two ago, I know you guys had talked to. Oh, there it is again. And you guys talked about Transistor, and I was like, maybe now's the time to get it. And I thought Transistor was a different game. So when I saw what kind of game it was like, I don't think I'm going to get it.
I got a question. What the hell about the camera angle scares you? That's a weird thing to say.
Because it's that roguelike dungeon crawler, whatever the heck it's called. You just said it
again. But why does that scare you?
Because it's specific to that style game, and that style game is what scares me.
You've played a million 2D games where you run up.
Place in Hades, I'm terrified.
You played a million 2D games where you run up and hit something. You're doing the same thing here, just from a different perspective.
But it's different.
Different
perspectives get me a little nervous sometimes. Just come on, cut me some slack, man.
Did you play Binding of Isaac?
No.
And it's not a game that uses.
And then you say things like it's got 1 billion options. Are you kidding me? 1 billion? I'm not ready for that.
You don't use the second joystick to move around or attack the heal. Maybe there's a special attack you do at some point, but right now it's just one joystick.
Well, thank goodness.
I know the second joystick scares you as well.
It doesn't scare me. It's just that I'm completely incapable of doing it.
Yeah, you dodge with the B button and the left joystick. So you're okay. Yes, it's fantastic. It's so good. Like I said, it won multiple Game of the Year awards, and deservedly so.
I'm real proud of them.
So check it out. It's it's Supergiant. It has such an amazing track record. I didn't play the third game that they put out, which I never remember. I think it was called Pyre, which was like kind of a sports element to it. That's the only one I didn't play, but I loved Transistor. I loved Bastion, but Hades is, like I said, it's the culmination of all the stuff they've done so far. Holy crap, is it good. And it's perfect for Switch because it's perfect for pick up and play. You can do one run at a time. It may take you 5 minutes. It may take you a half hour. It all depends on how far you get, but it's very easy to pick up and play. You do 1 or 2 runs and you're like, okay, I'll come back to this later, but it's also extremely hard to put down. It's just really good.
Yeah, I really want to play it. I've been reading like reviews for it like all week long.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Really happy that A, Supergiant has another hit. B, they realize that Switch is the perfect platform for it because of Switch's portable nature. And C, that Switch owners are like, yeah, we're going to pick this up. It's been top of the charts for a while now. So good on everybody. All right, let's do some questions. Send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo. They can be about video games in general, or they can be about whatever the hell you want. Today's question comes from Felsky. And normally I just randomly pick an email to answer questions to, but today something that was in the title of this one caught my attention because it said 802. So I figured, you know what? Let's be timely for once.
Wow.
And we'll read one that's actually related to something we just talked about. Felsky says, listening to episode 802 of your new Cyberpunk 2077 podcast, you discussed games allowing you to make choices and changing how the game plays out. I had to chirp in here and recommend Heavy Rain if you haven't played it.
Ooh, yeah.
It was produced by Quantic Dream Studio and was released in 2010 on the PS3. It came out on the PS4 and even recently on the PC in the Epic Game Store. As for Heavy Rain, it was the most emotionally invested game I had ever played by far. The Last of Us series comes next. I can't recommend it enough, though. You will likely cry at some point. All the choices you make are difficult and have big impacts on the end of the game. It's one of those games that I've bought multiple times, which I rarely do. He's got more to say, but I'll jump in here. I love David Cage's games. I bought Heavy Rain the day it came out. The game has some flaws, in my opinion, but I absolutely love it. Yes, it was a very emotional game.
I played that game and liked it.
It was the choices are certainly difficult, and the choices do impact what happens and how things go in that game. I know the game's been out for a long time, but I don't want to get into details because there's spoilers that I think would take away from the experience. But yeah, that is a good game. Plus, it spawned the Jason meme, as Nikki Hill said, when you're running around looking for your son. Back then, it was super impressive visually. I don't think that holds up from an animation standpoint now. I still think it's a nice-looking game. But the same guy made Detroit. And, you played Detroit, right?
I did. I very much liked Detroit.
So I'll bring it back to you, Felsky. If you've played, you played Heavy Rain. If you loved Heavy Rain, you should give Detroit a try. I haven't played it yet. I own it. It's on my list of games to play.
If you're going to play that game, you should probably wear a coat because
it's so cold in the D.
Yes,
that's right. Be careful. It's very cold there. But yeah, it's the same guy, and my understanding is it's very similar in play style as well. So check out Detroit. But yeah, Heavy Rain. Not my top 10 games, but definitely a game that sticks out in my mind. It's one of those games you play that will stay with you. Certainly, really appreciate that game. Felsky goes on to say, also, in your dream of the Wii U, your description and mention of space vampires reminded me of the classic Night Trap. Sounds like you pretty much just wrote the sequel. That is true. I didn't think of that. There are, for lack of a better term, space vampires in Night Trap. So
is that maybe why your sister played into it? Didn't she?
Oh my God, my sister was in a dream and she did play Night Trap as well. Yeah. What were you going to say, Kirby?
Oh, I was going to say, I thought that, I'm sorry, what's his name again?
Who, the reader or the listener?
Yeah,
Felsky.
The listener. Felsky?
Yes.
Okay, I thought he was going to say it reminded him of the classic film Life Force. Because aren't there space vampires in that movie?
I believe so. In Night Trap, they don't look like vampires, certainly, but what they're doing and where they're from, yeah, the connection is there. Man, I can't believe I never thought of that. And I am a big fan of Night Trap.
Yeah, maybe maybe they must be from space because they don't act like regular vampires. They don't even bite your neck or anything.
They take that like spinning razor blade gun and jam it into your throat. And I want to be very clear here. I do not think Night Trap is a good game, but I do think it is an important part.
But I do think it is a good game.
I think it's an important part of video game history, an interesting part of video game history. And it is on the Switch. If you've never played Night Trap and you're in for something extremely different, then give Night Trap a try. It's like Dragon's Lair, but you have more control. Like you're doing more as a player than just Dragon's Lair. You're switching between camera feeds and setting traps and stuff. You are doing things. Certainly not as interactive as your traditional game, but it's an interesting one. I also have a Patreon question. Did you know, Mom Brain, you can join the Patreon?
For $1.
For $1, as Billy tells us. Today's Patreon question comes from Double D. Double D says, do you guys have a game series that you absolutely loved, but subpar sequels completely ruined the series for you? And kind of the opposite. Is there a game or genre that you absolutely had no interest in, but gave it a shot and fell in love with? For the first question, my answer would be Final Fantasy. It seems about Final Fantasy X and up, they've put new game mechanics and futuristic settings above what fans had come to love about the series. For the second question, Battlefield Bad Company 2 got me into online first-person shooters. Now, I don't stray from the Battlefield series much in that regard, but I'm more willing to entertain other games in the genre because of it. Franchises that I used to like and have fallen out of love with. I really liked the original Far Cry, and now I feel that Far Cry is a far cry from what it used to be. I'll take the rim shot memory. I also I had another one and it's gone. Oh, God of War. The most recent God of War disappointed me because it didn't feel like God of War to me. So I am nervous about where the franchise is going for me personally from here on out. And then Gears of War is the opposite. Gears of War is one that I tried, I believe it was 5 times before I got into it, and then I really enjoyed it. So those are my answers. Anybody have answers for either side of the question?
I'd say I don't know if I've fallen out of love with it. I'll play the next one if another one ever comes out, but Mass Effect, the first 3 were so good.
Yeah, that 4th one, I didn't play it either, but just the impressions and reviews were so... It was very clear that one did not get the same love that the other ones got from the developers.
I certainly gave it the old college try, and couldn't do it. And I'd say the same about Halo. I mean,
yep, I agree.
The last Halo, the campaign and multiplayer were just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That's a great pick that I should have said. The last Halo didn't do it for me either. And like you said, either aspect of it were the same. It didn't click for me. The footage of the new Halo got me really excited because I felt like it looked more akin to what I like from classic Halo, but we'll find out.
Yeah, and then I would say I ask about Dead Rising all the time.
Yeah.
I'm constantly wondering if there's going to be another Dead Rising because I loved Dead Rising. I guess it was 4 or 3.
I think it was 3. I don't even know if there is.
I started with 3, I think, and I was obsessed with that game. It was so fun.
The Dead Rising games do a great job of just not taking themselves seriously.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that, but I guess that would be my answer.
Yeah, those are all good. Anybody else?
Sorry.
Kirby, go ahead.
Yeah, as far as a series that I kind of fell out of favor with me, I'm going to say Dead Space.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I loved the first 2 games, and I played a demo for the 3rd game. And there's a point in the demo where all these like corpses get, I don't know, they basically turn into zombies, and then they like pick up machine guns with like tentacles growing out of their bodies. And I was like, nope. And they basically turned it into, I mean, the impression I got, because, you know, I never played anything beyond the demo. The impression I got is that they were turning it into more of like one of the more action-oriented Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Resident Evil 5, because I think both games have like a I don't know what the term is, but you know, you've got like an AI like sidekick.
Yeah, it's like a constant escort mission.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, and I feel, I don't know, maybe I feel bad because I really didn't I did not give the game a chance at all after that, after that initial disappointment. But I don't know, the reviews weren't that great either, were they?
No, the last Dead Space game was by far the least liked. 1 and 2 were very good. I still think 1 is the best, but 2 I think did a great job. But yeah, after that it fell apart, and we haven't seen the series since. So
yeah, and
EA did what EA does. They ruin franchises.
Yeah, speaking of EA, I was going to second. Basically, I'm going to agree with everything that Vitamin G said about Mass Effect. I agree with that 100%. What was the other part of the question? Like something a game series we didn't think we would like and ended up liking?
Yeah, is there a game, genre, or series that you absolutely had no interest in but gave it a shot and fell in love?
I'm going to say the Fire Emblem series. Even though I've only really played 2 games in the series, it's a series I just did not pay any attention to for the longest time, because I was like, turn-based strategy games, like, they're not for me. But I think I played it on like the 3DS. It was like a free download or something. And yeah, that's how I got into it. I think what drew me in was how it makes, like, all the people in your army, makes each one of them feel like a real character. Like they all have like their own personality. I think that helped me immensely as far as like getting immersed in the game.
Yeah, no, you're right. They matter. Like, and if they die, it matters. Like you feel a connection to them. It's not just a faceless army. It's people you get to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you had the same experience that millions of people had, because hardly anybody outside of Japan paid attention to Fire Emblem, and they gave it one more try with, what was it, Awakening, I guess it was?
Yeah, and I love playing Awakening.
And that was the hit. That was the breakthrough game outside of Japan.
Yep. Those are my submissions.
Do you had something?
Yeah, I'm glad that this one I'm more glad that I was able to kick the habit rather than them make a better game, because I know that's never going to happen. I was going to bring up Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I haven't played one since Unity, which I really enjoyed, but I mean, let's face it, they hadn't switched up the formula and still haven't since. So that's one. But Dead Space is an amazing call out, Kirby. I remember playing Dead Space, the original, and it was just what I needed. You know what I mean? Like Resident Evil wasn't Resident Evil anymore. And just the atmosphere and the cool factor of it. Like it had a cool factor underneath the scariness that was just really, really well done.
Oh yeah.
The first one especially, but the second one too. And then Mass Effect, one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I've never played the 4th one, but I don't think I will. I wouldn't consider it, just according to what I've seen and what everyone has said, I wouldn't consider that part of the series anymore.
Lots of people feel the same way. They're just like, let's forget about that one.
But yeah, I would say Assassin's Creed. I'm sure there's others out there that I can't think of right now, but they had a couple of really great games early on, and then they just cashed in on the easy sale, and that's just what they're doing now.
Yeah, they did the Ubisoft approach, which is every year we got to have an Assassin's Creed. I mean, I think they skipped 1 year there, but pretty much every year. Nikki Hill, do you have anything or no? Oh no, is this? He's here.
I have a hard time thinking of things from my past. Memories, I think that's what I have a trouble with. But I don't know. You guys mentioned Dead Space, and I had started the first one, and then I never even finished the first one. But then, by the time, I guess, what was the third one that came out, it kind of like killed my motivation to even try to go back to it, because everyone said that it like just got sour. I don't know. Same thing. The Arkham series, I think part of the reason why I never played that third game was because the response from it was just that it wasn't as good as the other two.
It's a great one for me too. I agree. I feel Arkham. I still think the first one is the best for me. I appreciate the more concentrated experience, like the linear adventure of the first one. And I feel when it went to the open city, I was like, now we're just doing like side missions that are in here to fill the game. Whereas the first one, Asylum, was like, they were telling a very specific story with very specific missions, and they had a whole bunch of goals in mind, and then it just got bigger and bigger from there. And I was like,
But I still appreciate that, like, they changed it. They didn't just do the same approach, and they built on it. So like that open city, I still enjoyed. I still enjoyed grappling my way across the city in like a certain amount of time and everything. But when I heard that, like, a lot of people's reactions were the involvement or the inclusion of the Batmobile kind of like made the game worse or something, it just kept me from even starting it. So it's not a fear. It's just like I don't know. There's a bit of discomfort. I definitely need to just go back and play it, but I never even started it because of that. And then the only thing that I can think of right now that's like fresh in my mind still was the Tomb Raider reboot. I see. So the difference here too, I think, is that like I played the first one at your house, and you were there. You were working, so you weren't always paying attention. But like I was in a different environment. So then I played the second, The Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I loved that game. Like there was just a lot to it. Again, like you said, it was like a big open world. I think the first one was open world, but like there's like open world, crafting your own weapons, all these other side stories, and I was just like, I was a little overwhelmed by the amount of like extra content for me to complete the map. But then when I got to Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I felt like it was the exact same thing as the previous one. And I put that down for a while, and then I went to go back to it earlier this year. And I finished the story. I didn't do all the other stuff, but it's just like it needs something fresher again. I don't know. It's like they rebooted, and then they ride that reboot for a while.
Yeah, I mean, the reboot did really well, and I understand going with that again for a follow-up, but then you can't just keep doing that because you drive it into the ground.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Not a lot of games that I think for me that were ruined by, I don't know, but I think we were talking about it a couple of weeks ago. I would be interested to play. Are they re-releasing Prince of Persia?
Yes, they are. Well, they're it's a remake.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I think it's time for a new Prince of Persia. I guess that's kind of what Assassin's Creed is.
Will Jake Gyllenhaal be involved?
He's the real star power that'll make people buy that game. But I don't think he is. No. Yeah, I would love a new Prince of Persia as well, except we're getting a remake. And if I know Ubisoft, they're going to be like, well, we'll sell a remake, and judging by the sales of that, then maybe we'll do a new one. And I don't think that remake's going to sell well. It is.
That was a perfect impression of Ubisoft.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Ubisoft. You guys had great answers. Good job, everybody. That was really good.
Mom Brain?
What?
What did Mom Brain want?
She got nothing.
Don't speak for me.
All right, go ahead.
Thanks for asking, Mickey Hill. And I'm wondering if anybody thought maybe Beyond Good and Evil?
There's only been one game.
Okay.
Yeah, that I always think about Beyond Good and Evil like every day. I think
That's
I really
beautiful.
do. I love that game
I
so
thought there was
much.
a sequel.
In fact, I want to get an Xbox Series S so I can download my old 360 version of Beyond Good and Evil HD. But yeah, we're still waiting on the sequel.
Yes.
Which who knows if it comes out? We might not even. It might make the list then.
Yeah, the jury's still out on that. Yeah, we only have one Beyond Good and Evil.
I'll be real surprised if the sequel even comes out.
The experience of that is like souring the experience for me. It's just like, because it's changed formats so many times. I feel like it's like there's been teases and then like not misdirection but redirection, and it's just like enough already. Like, I understand though, there's a lot going on in the company, and just it's not just about, the company's not just about making one game, but what the heck's going on?
Will Jake Gyllenhaal be involved?
Yes, he's playing the role of every character I hear. He'll be
Amazing.
Paige, he'll be Jade, he'll be
Paige Gyllenhaal.
Paige Gyllenhaal. That's right. Mom Brain, do you have anything else? Or
No, thank you.
All right, Mom Brain, let's do music. It's time for music. Send your music to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com. gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com. If you don't send the music, oh,
You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh.
without your music, we can't do it. So when your music's gone, the segment ends.
Without your music, we can't hear it.
That's right.
Is that what I sound like?
I think so, yeah.
Wow. This one comes from Ecliptor.
Sounds like it could be a Castlevania.
No.
Sounds like it could be a Devil May Cry.
No.
It sounds like Tenacious D, The Final Sacrifice. Or that's not Tenacious D, it was Final 5. No?
It's not.
Sounds like it could be Bloodstained.
Nope.
Sounds like it could be Sonic.
Nope.
Sounds like it's not first party.
It's definitely not.
I don't know.
Give up.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai on the GameCube.
Oh, my Dragon Ball Z days ended back in high school. I haven't had any interaction with the franchise since then.
Well, that was from Ecliptor, and it was Dragon Ball Z Budokai on the GameCube. Let's see if you have better luck with Glitter Bubble 3's song.
Super Nintendo.
Yep.
Okay, it's some Western game.
No.
It's got a Western level. Come on.
Maybe. I don't know.
Fivel.
Nope.
Buster.
Mm-mm.
Tiny Toons.
No.
Is it licensed?
Yep.
Yeah, it's got that licensed feeling. Turn it down a little bit. Okay, guys, it's licensed and it's got some sort of Wild West stage in it.
Don't let that throw you off.
City Slickers.
No.
Back to the Future 3.
Yo, I know this song.
Yeah, I recognize it too.
Do you like good music?
What the oh.
Nice save.
This is gonna get me.
Yeah, I know that song too. Ba-ba, bee, ba, bee, bee. Franchise still around today? Or IP that's still around
Yeah.
today?
Mighty Ducks?
No.
Ren and Stimpy.
Is that even a game? I don't even know.
I don't know that Mighty Ducks is a game, but Mighty Ducks is coming back. Looney Tunes, something.
Nope.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Like a Beef What's for Dinner game?
No.
Oh, is it that Roadrunner game?
Nope.
I don't know.
You
Go
sure
ahead.
it's not the
say?
beef? It's what's for dinner game.
Well, that what you guys were
Wizard of
singing is
Oz.
a pork or beef or.
Go ahead.
It was Cool Spot.
Oh, I would have guessed that. Damn it.
But you didn't.
What goes
How did I not get that?
And what goes well with 7-Up? Beef.
Beef, yeah.
For dinner.
That's their
City
slogan.
Slickers.
All right. So that was from Glitter Bubble 3, and it was Cool Spot on the SNES. Let's see if you have better luck with Hylian Hero LOZ.
What system?
It's a beautiful
Switch.
night. Oh.
Jock Jam's the game.
Man, this is great because we're doing terrible. I haven't gotten one yet, and I have no idea what this is. Something about giant robots.
Probably.
Some weeaboo crap.
No.
Is it licensed?
No. Sorry, we had a request to turn it up.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Mom Brain.
Well, it was Mega Man X Legacy Collection on the Switch.
What game? What Mega Man X game is that from?
One you don't know.
Apparently, yes.
And that was from Hylian Hero LOZ. This one's from Jess I. Maybe you'll get it.
Yeah, I know.
Kyle Lankwin is right. It was X4.
Oh yeah, forget it. After X3, I'm done. I believe this is Girls Gone Wild.
Turning the volume down on your parents' television at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Little Mermaid or something?
Nope.
What system?
64.
Oh god damn it! Glover.
No.
It's Bomberman.
Nope.
It doesn't sound terrible quality for the 64. God damn it. Really? We're not going to get any of this trivia section?
It's looking like that.
Licensed?
No.
All right, I don't know. Go ahead.
Jeez, and it's first party. Mario Party.
Oh,
Mario
man.
Party 3.
Yeah, I don't remember Mario Party music.
Sure you don't. That was from Jess I, and it was Mario Party 3 on the 64. This one comes from Mikey3319.
Okay, this has to be Game Boy.
Game Boy Color.
Okay. Oh, my weak spot. There it is. Forget it.
Oh, these are all your weak spots, actually.
Mickey Mouse,
No.
whatever. Speedway. It's Game Boy Color. I don't know. I know so little about Game Boy Color software.
Yeah, is it the... I know like maybe 3 Game Boy Color games.
Bionic Commando.
No.
Is it the... never mind.
No, what?
I'm like a brain fart. What's the name of the game with Solid Snake?
Metal Gear Solid.
Thank you. Oh my god.
No, it's not.
Losing my mind.
Metal Gear Ghost Babel, or whatever it was called.
It's not a Metal Gear.
James Bond Jr.
No.
I'm sorry, is it licensed?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't know. It's another Game Boy Color. I don't know.
Perfect Dark on Game Boy Color.
Wow, I never played that one.
I guess not. This
Perfect
one
Dark was on Game Boy Color?
Yeah, everything was on Game Boy Color. I'm sure it was just as good as the N64 one.
Mm-hmm. So that was from Mikey3319, and it was Perfect Dark on the Game Boy Color. This song comes from the Namekian Clown.
I'd like to get just one. Okay, this has to be a Castlevania.
Nope.
This has to be a Konami game.
It is.
This isn't Castlevania? This is a Castlevania song.
Uh-huh, but it's not Castlevania, as far as I can tell.
What system? Game Boy something?
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance, and it's Konami, and it's a Castlevania song, and it's not Castlevania. This is a real jerk submission.
No, I was really expecting 2021 to be a much better year. This is off to a terrible start.
Wait, what was the name of the first Castlevania game in Japan? Did it have like an alternate title?
I don't think this is that.
Okay.
How about a Wacky Racers or some racing game?
It is a racing game.
YY Racing? YY Racers?
No.
YY.
No.
Wacky Racers.
Not wacky.
Crazy Racers?
Yes.
Wow, thank you, Kirby.
Yeah, no problem. It was a shot in the dark.
So that was from the Namekian Clown, and it was Konami Crazy Racers.
We got one.
On the GBA. Great job.
I don't think you meant that.
I don't give praise
It sounded very insincere, Mom Brain.
unless it's
Truthful?
earned.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right,
So-
you jerk. Let's go.
What?
Huh?
I'm a jerk for not lying to people?
Oh no. Just mean we're doing so bad. You could be a little happy for us now.
Oh, well, I am happy for you that you got that one
I
right.
am happy for
Good
you.
for you. This one comes from Naka.
This is somewhat familiar. Oh, not anymore.
You've played it. I don't know if you've played the whole thing, but I know you've played it.
What system?
Switch.
Ay.
I like how hard you're trying.
Is this first party? No.
It's not.
Galele?
Nope.
Why this music is like high quality enough and unique enough that it should stand out in my head. Maybe you're right, and I played it, but I didn't get to this part yet. Go ahead, I don't know.
New Super Lucky's Tale.
Oh
On the
yeah,
Switch.
yeah. I got to put in more time with that.
Yeah, you do. That was from Naka, and it was New Super Lucky's Tale on the Switch.
Ay, ay, ay.
Pratt Trap sends this one that you're sure to try really hard with.
Oh, it's giving me Fez vibes, but I know it's not Fez.
It's not. But do you know what it is?
Rhyme?
No.
I'm gonna guess this is Switch as well.
Yes.
Oh, that instrument, that synth instrument, it always screams Fez to me, and I can't tie it to anything else. Is this something I played? Do you know that?
I don't think you played it.
Man, if all the music is like this, I want to play it.
I think it's a game you want to play. Like that I've known that you wanted to play.
This is awesome. What's going on? What's going on in the chat?
So Rocky has said Mom Brain's on fire today, and then Grantimus said, you know who's not on fire? The crew, LOL.
Well, in the crew's defense, let's just face it, the music category is all RMC. I mean, it's not like they're playing any Resident Evil 2 or Final Fantasy 7 songs. I can't help you though.
This is
And he is blowing it for all of us.
this is beautiful. I
Blame
really
it
like
to
this.
Green Dog. I don't get that.
What is it? Go ahead.
Short Hike on the Switch.
Oh, a short. Yeah, I haven't played that. Yeah. The trailer
Boy,
music
if I
is
had
really
a
good.
nickel.
Too. Oh, I had a nickel.
That was from Pratt Trap, and it was Short Hike on the Switch, which happens to be one of Autumnal Blake's favorite games.
I've heard
of the
wonderful
year.
things.
This one comes from Rusty.
Rusty. Another one I don't know. Is it just NES?
It is.
Is it licensed?
I don't think so.
Oh, God darn it.
Is Jake Gyllenhaal involved?
Prince of Persia on the NES.
Oh, I'm sorry, no.
How about City Connection?
No.
Oh, now I don't know what it is. Go ahead. I don't know. This music section is torture.
Rusty sent this one, and it was Kickle Cubicle on
Oh,
the NES.
Never mind. I won't even say it because Mom Brain's just going to make fun of me.
Oh, I
for it.
never played that
Oh,
one.
I missed that game. I missed that song. I didn't get it.
All right. So the last one to put this
my
all
God.
to rest
We get a
tonight,
2 out of 10.
maybe, comes from Wired.
Unsolved Mysteries, the game.
Bingo!
What system?
Switch.
Phoenix.
No.
It's very epic.
It is.
Is it first party? No.
No.
Oh. This has like a... Is this a franchise?
I'm not sure.
Has like a... I know it's not Tomb Raider, but there is something about it. It's like an Uncharted Tomb Raider. It's got a Ubisoft vibe to it too. Man, I really wanted to get that 2 out of 10. Is it a game about stealth or espionage?
I don't know.
Man, this is something else. I don't know. Go ahead. I don't know.
It was Jump Force on the Switch.
Oh yeah, I have. Oh, well, never mind. The anime game.
Oh yeah,
yes, the anime game.
Oh yeah, I haven't played that.
Wow, 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Well, good job, guys. You did almost good enough for a complete shutout, but still got 1. Holy crap! What a way to start off the new year, huh?
Can only get better.
We could get worse. We could miss all of them. Well, continue stumping us by sending your music at gmpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Where?
gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com. I've heard there is no rumor this week, so we're just going to end things. But we got to go anyway because your phone is about to die. We're down under 10%.
Excellent.
So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Where am I? Am I on it? Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Bye. Happy New Year. Nice to meet you.
All right, we're not doing an after show because the phone's going to die. And again, this show, I felt like this show, I really thought we were going to do a shorter show, but I feel like this show was better paced.
All right. I'll buy it.
It felt like the segments were better paced. I really thought there was no, it's got to be the mobile aspect. It's got to be.
Okay.
You know what, Mom Brain?
What?
Thanks for being here.
I interrupted a lot. I'm really sorry.
Yep, that's it. You're right. It was Nikki Hill's fault. He took the blame. That's it.
Yeah, let's blame Nikki Hill. It has nothing to do with the fact that ever since Do Michaels came back, every show's been like 5 hours long.
Well, now, guys, we can blame both of you if you want.
Well, it's definitely not my fault.
It is not Vitamin G's fault. We can say that without a doubt.
It's not my fault.
I'm kidding.
I don't know. I don't know, Mom Brain. It could be.
I don't play anything. I don't answer questions. I just,
Is this your last show? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Yeah. Well,
Brain, you are killing it on the soundboard.
Thank you, but that doesn't take up time.
You breathe life into Josh Grobot.
Well, look, I'm not saying I'm not useful. I'm just saying I don't take up much time.
Well, Mom Brain, the show, we're ending the show, and Nikki Hill complimented you on the soundboard, and we got to go before your phone dies, but plug that thing in, and we'll give you one, no, plug it in. We'll give you one sound clip to end the show on.
Oh, all right.
Choose wisely.
I know exactly.
Is that speaker on?
To rule them all.
So everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hang out, play some games with friends and family, virtually or safely, whatever you're doing. Rest, relax. You deserve it. And Mom Brain will play us out with this clip.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, that's good.
Perfect.
That's good.
That's the best one. Baby, lock them door. I love it.